The Majestics, Compendium of Wrath, was supposed to be a curated look back at Flesh and Blood's foundations. But when you print Majestics, expectations change fast. Is it good or bad? We're here to find out. Some of these cards feel like they were always meant to come back, be in the set, really rise to the top. And some feel kind of questionable. So this is a continuation off last week's set where we reviewed all of the commons and rares. And I think Evan decided he was a greedy boy and like the three middle toes. Refer back to the old show to watch that. A lot of comments on that, by the way, personally sent to me on Discord. I'm Will.
Well,
I'm
I'm
Evan.
Andrew.
Don't listen to anything that Will said about he's lying to you. All right. There was no talk about toes, and more importantly, we were right about every single card we reviewed. So go
See,
check
into
that
like
out.
one toe.
Yeah, well, some said big toe. Anyways, we went off the rails already. Stick with us, guys. So, of course, Nin can't be here today. He's in the process of moving. But first, what did we learn since last week?
Well, we learned the rest of the set, and that was pretty cool. We've been doing a bit of brewing here and there on Talishar with some of the new cards. Shout out to the people who do Talishar. They code those cards very quickly.
They do.
Been a lot of fun, yeah. Just brewing things in both Silver Age and CC.
So, anything specifically that trucks harder than you thought?
We found plenty of things that suck harder than we thought.
We sure did.
So we should have a thing of truck or suck, right? That's a good segment. All right.
Yeah.
Not much I learned since last week. This has been my hell week. I played no games. I had to actually go to work early the next day, so couldn't even get to the gym. Unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to playing as Silver Age is coming out and Compendium is coming out. So I did learn, actually, one of our locals, Jeremy, didn't know what a specific word was. Now, I'm not going to say it here, but if you ever see Jeremy out there on the bed of the circuit, ask him what's a word that he just learned about, especially in that hotel chair, right? That faces the bed.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also, ask him about his thoughts on Kodachi Fi as well.
Yeah,
It's very
and whether or
good.
not he owns a couch.
That too.
That being said, Evan, do you want to cover how we're judging the cards since you covered it last week as well?
Yeah, so last week we focused mostly on Silver Age just because it was the commons and rares. Of course, Majestics are not legal in Silver Age, so we are primarily focusing on CC. So we're going to use the same grading scale we used before, which is a 1 to 5 grading scale. 5 is going to be like extremely impactful. It is a part of the deck. It is the reason you're playing the deck, and it makes a massive, massive difference being in the deck. 4 is like a really key player in the deck. You are happy to have it, and it does make the deck better. 3 is it makes the deck. It is a bit of a filler card, and if anything else comes around, you think about replacing it, but it's good enough to make the deck. 2 is it's a bit cute. Maybe you're trying to be spicy and play something that isn't quite up there in terms of value, let's say, but it is enough to think about. And 1 is completely and utterly unplayable. So those are our rankings, 1 through 5. Of course, compared to something like Limited, CC, the bar's a bit higher, right?
Yep.
Cards, we expect a little more to see play.
Yep. I think that's a great rating, your basic one. And so let's go ahead and dive right into it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. And then I guess Evan, Andrew, then me will cover the cards in that order. But it's usually me that messes it up. So this should be interesting.
All right, I guess I can start. First off, we've got Savage Claw. This is a brute weapon, claw one-handed. As an action, you can pay 2 resources, tap it to attack. Comes in with 3 power, and if a card with 6 or more power was pitched to attack with this, it gets +1 power. So to note, this is RKO signature weapon. So the reviled KO, essentially, once the regular KO Living Legends, then the Mandible Clause is no longer legal in CC. So this is seen as sort of a replacement for that. So currently, I would say this is like a 2 because this is not very good. Though when the problem is Go Again is such a powerful effect, and a lot of what RKO does like synergizes with the Go Again super well. Not to mention the other brutes all run Blood Rush Bellow, which is kind of the Mandible Claws card. This is a very, very poor replacement for them, though it might see play once Mandible Claw leaves, and that is a bit upsetting.
I think my major issue with this Savage Claw before is you have to pitch a 6 for it to get the +1, and there's no even conditional go again. I mean, it's heartbreaking. And it's supposed to replace the Mandible Claw. It's not even close to even touching the little claw on the Mandible Claw. So
Yeah.
Disappointing. It doesn't synergize with RKO
yeah.
much at all. So it being his signature weapon is kind of not fun.
Yeah. Not to mention, you have to pitch a 6 to it. You can't just have
Yeah.
a 6 in pitch.
Which is the
Like,
worst.
So, like, say for example, you open up with like a Chain of Brutality, you pitch 2 blues to get that Chain of Brutality go again, and then you're like, okay, Savage Claw. It still comes in for free even if you pitch like a Record Romp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is one thing. I would say in Tough Nut, I can probably see if you build him with the Gogan type thing, he could probably play this a little bit more effectively. So maybe I'm just thinking about different ideas, because if you do pitch a 6, it is a pretty swingy weapon at 4 power to cost. So
Yeah, but you know what's a better swingy weapon? Rock.
you're right.
But
But I'm
Romping
saying
Club as well.
or Romping Club. So there's so many other
works
things,
too.
right? All right, let's go.
Next, we got Reckless Arithmetic. This is a blue free block, 1 cost, 1 power, brute attack. When this attacks, roll a 6-sided die. This gets +X, where X is the number rolled. So this is either a 1 for 2 or a 1 for 7, or somewhere in between. Yeah, this is weird.
I like it. I think it's actually a
Of course
4.
you like it.
I like it as a 4 in RKO.
Yeah, RKO is obviously where this is at its best because it's
Mhm.
a +X effect. So instead of being a 2 for 7, it can be like a 5 cost, like 7 to, 12?
Yeah.
And so the expected value on a 6-sided die roll is like 3.5. So if you evaluate it as a blue 1 for 4.5, that sounds really cool. Another thing too to note is that KO has access to ready to roll as a specialization, which lets you roll 2 dice instead of 1. And so you can go for some interesting lines where you go like ready to roll, Scaskin Leather's Reckless Arithmetic as like a potential game-ending play that you can tell yourself you're pitch stacking when in actuality you're just playing blues that are good together.
Yeah.
And then you can knucklehead for 6 intellect.
Yeah. Bro, you ever
There you
do it
go.
before? It feels good.
That's
Yeah.
some spicy tech right there, guys. All right. I got a fun one. This is a yellow pitch, 0 cost. Lay down the challenge. It's a brute action, 3 defense. Intimidate target hero. Then if they have more cards in hand than you, draw a card. Intimidates naturally a banished card, random card from their hand face down, and then at the end of phase, they get to return that card to their hand, and it has to go again. I can see some play with this. Again, I'm thinking more tough nut because he starts with a lower hand count than his opponents anyway, so it kind of naturally goes with that. And then I could also see this as a alternative to some Rhinar cards, because there's a lot of cards that kind of get fit into Rhinar. This already does his Intimidate when he's going to already knock out cards in your hand. So I can see some play in that as well.
I just don't see it. Just for Tough Nut, first off, I just like, even though it's easier to trigger for Tough Nut, it's like the effect is so nothing in Tough Nut because Tough Nut doesn't really do any sort of intimidates.
Yeah.
That I just don't think you would want it in Tough Nut. In Rhinar, I mean, Rhinar's the hero that it's made for, and I'm just not sure. It's a bit awkward just
I
because
agree.
like Rhinar's best turns with intimidates are when you keep a 4-card hand and you go intimidate, 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 intimidate. You have nothing in hand. I swing for like 12, you're dead. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Hard to do that when your 4-card hand is a 3-card hand because you can't play this unless you have more cards than your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying
Or if you have more cards than your opponent. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a great card. I'm saying it is an interesting card. I give it a 3 for Tough Nut and low 3 for Rhinar. I don't think any other brute will play this personally. It is a yellow pitch though, so
I think it's a 1 for Tough Nut. I think for
we'll find out.
Rhinar, I think it's definitely like a 2.
Yeah, I put it at 2 too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we shall find out, guys. We shall find out.
The problem with card draws is random card draws is not good if you can't do something with the card you drew, and Tough Nut is not a hero that likes random card draw.
Yeah, you do not want to talk about how awful random card draw is in Brute specifically.
So, yeah, I guess the way I look at brute cards is a little bit different because there are things to manipulate lay down the challenge with other things that kind of work. We'll see if it's spicy or if it's cute. I'll let you guys know next week if it works because I plan on doing it tomorrow at our armory. It's Proxy Sunday, fellas. So, all right.
So next up, we're moving on to the Guardian cards. We've got Shield Beater. So if you ever wanted to beat your shield,
All the time.
It's a Guardian weapon, hammer, one-handed. One-handed is important.
So you beat your shield one-handed? Good to know.
5 power, 4 resources. You tap it to attack, and also cards you own named Visit Anvilheim get go again. So Visit Anvilheim, for those who don't know, it was a card in Guardian Mastery Pack, and I think it was a blue X spell. Yeah, here we are. So yeah, it's a blue X spell, 3 block. Remove X -1 counters from a Guardian offhand you have equipped. So essentially, this is a one-handed weapon that allows you to make Visit Anvilheim way better by giving it go again. And that effect is a bit cute, I will say. I don't think it is very good. You can run it with the card Seasoned Savior, which is sort of what Visit Anvilheim and this are made for. And that's like a fun, cute little thing you can do at an armory. Seasoned Savior is essentially like, yeah, it's right here. It's 3 block battle worn offhand, but it comes in with 2 -1 counters. So this works great with Visit Anvilheim. It's cute. I don't think it's very good. That being said, though, a one-handed weapon that swings 4 damage or 5 damage for 4 resources is kind of insane. Like, that is an insane effect because the alternative is 4 resources for 6 damage on a 2-handed weapon. So
I was about to ask you, what's the one-handed weapon that you swing from Guardians? Is that a 1/4/4?
Yeah, you play 3 resources to swing 4 with Miller's Grindstone or Titan's Fist usually.
Yeah.
But Titan's Fist requires you to have a card that costs 3 or greater in pitch, which is a deck building constraint. While Miller's requires you to clash on hit, which means that it's a different deck building constraint. Or meanwhile, this doesn't require it. So I know that there's like a very real discussion for literally every Guardian that is tempted to play like a one-handed weapon plus a shield, and then like into the quote-unquote bad matchups for that, they traditionally have been like playing Sledge of Anvilheim or Anathos. Well, now what you have to ask yourself is like, okay, do I play Shield Beater instead? Like, it also changes like the way that deck construction works, because usually what you do is you play 4 cost attacks in your Guardian deck, and that's your Tunic outlet. Well, with this, you can make your Tunic outlet your hammer, and you play like 3 for 7s because like you can play Boulder Drop, Crush of the Weak.
Yeah, so a lot better on the cost curve. I like it. Do you think the Visit Anvilheim plus Shield Beater minus the Seasoned Savior is a good metric? Because the numbers kind of match up for that one card. It's a 1 for 6, right? If you
the issue with the combo is
2 for 6.
It's a value combo, and that sounds very nice until you realize that if you're playing a deck where defensive value like that is important, you're playing Rampart of the Ram's Head, which is basically like infinite value on blocks. It blocks for 1 every single turn as long as you pitch into it. That's where I think Shield Beater is at its best. You have a high value sort of weapon that you can swing every turn, and you have a high value shield you can block with every turn, neither of which costs any card in your deck for like fatigue.
Yeah, so Visit Anvilheim kind of trap.
I think
it feels like it.
Yeah,
it kind of does. Yeah, there's some cute things I'm sure people will mention, like with Jarl, for instance. You can refresh your Ice Shield counter because the Ice Shield's very good, but as I said, that's just a bit too cute.
Gotcha. You know, I like you.
I think for the number, I'd probably give this like 4. I do think it will see play in fatigue decks.
Okay.
It could also be a 3. Yeah, it's kind of like if it sees play, it'll be in fatigue decks.
Yeah. And so it's Pleiades upgrade here, maybe? Or she's still running it?
Yeah, what's annoying is like Pleiades has to basically, you want to play a bunch of things that are good at doing deck damage, because with Pleiades, that's like your entire game plan, and that so like if you want to play like Miller, Sledge, and your life is really awkward because then you're down a card in the mirror for the fatigue end state, and it gets complicated. So I'm just gonna not think about it and let other people figure it out. But next we have Seismic Shift. Red 0 cost free block Guardian action. As an additional cost to play this, tap X Seismic Surge tokens you control and destroy X target aura tokens. So this card's cool, but we don't really have any decks right now that this effect is super great against outside of like Vinset, which, if you're playing Guardian, Vinset's already considered like a pretty favored matchup.
I mean, even in Vinset, right? This only hits aura tokens, so it's like, if they don't have a bunch of rune chants, like
but the way that Vinset has to play against Guardian requires them to have a large number of rune chants.
I guess that's true if they're rune chants stacking, but yeah, this card's bad right now, but it's kind of a card to keep in mind because in the right metas, this is insane.
Well, Monarch 3.0, and you see the art and Chaos is on the rise, so I can see it picking up a playset while they're cheap. But this is not financial advice. Yeah.
A 5 whenever the bright meta comes up.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of a 5, no, I'm just joking. This is Sense Weakness. It's a blue pitch, 3 cost, Guardian action, 3 block. Your next Guardian attack this turn gets +1 damage, dominate, and when this hits a hero, deal damage to all allies you control equal to damage dealt this way.
I don't know why you said it's kidding. You're kidding. It is a 5.
It's a 5, and it's a sideboard card.
It's not a sideboard card. It's a blue block 3. There's no way this is a sideboard card.
You would add this. Okay, there you go.
Here's the issue, Will, that I think you and a lot of folks out there need to understand. Like, sideboard slots are so difficult to come by. If the card pitches well and blocks well, that's sometimes enough for most matchups, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and it still buffs up Titan's Fist and
So it's just a straight 5. Doesn't matter. You don't It's a nice bonus if they deal damage to all the allies. That's like good.
I am currently in my Lyath deck. I am running Buckle, and I'm running Buckle for the blue block 3 and sometimes the +1 and Dominate.
Okay.
This is replacing Buckle.
Gotcha. Okay, so you already had a need for this.
Yeah.
I put it at like a 4, where like right now like it's pretty all right, but like if we end up in a meta where like Gravy's like less than 5% of what you expect at a tournament, there's probably something better to play.
Okay.
That's fair. I still think it's main boardable for Lyath. Other decks, other heroes might think about like not main boarding it or not even playing it. But
so you're saying it is good for the sideboard as a 5, right?
If you want to sideboard it, you don't sideboard it. You main board it.
Okay, I got you.
There's like never a time where you should put this in your sideboard.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. And they did say the Dromai's coming back out, and she has a lot of allies as well. So again,
don't remind us.
With this card, you're going to Sense Weakness. You're going to Smash Weakness. Smash those dragons. Sorry, Jeremy. Going on.
Yeah.
So next up, we've got Wind Cutter, and this is a really, really cool equipment. It's a ninja equipment, arms, 1 block with Blade Break, and as an attack reaction, you can pay a resource, tap it, search your deck for a shuriken item, put it into the arena, then shuffle. Activate this only if you've hit 2 or more times this combat chain. Currently, there's only 1 shuriken in the game that ninjas can grab, and it is the Silver Wind Shuriken. Yeah, this one right here. It's essentially a blue 0-cost shuriken item. As an attack reaction, you can destroy it to give an attack action card with combo +1. So it's essentially the Breaking Scales attack reaction. And Silverwind Shuriken has never seen play in the past because it is a very, very bad card.
Hey, it has seen play. Just
has it actually seen? Oh well,
I have seen this card win games before, I will say.
That's fair, but the card isn't very strong. But if you get it for free for just 1 resource from tutoring from your arm piece, like that's insane. Like imagine any card that says draw a card and then put it into play. It's an insane effect. Unfortunately, there are a couple places where it could see play, and in Katsu, I think it is too slow. Katsu really wants like when you want to pop off with Katsu, you want the attack reaction immediately. So yeah, having to sort of set up your shurikens in Katsu is far too slow, unfortunately.
So you're saying Breaking Scales is still probably the pick, or for
either Breaking Scales or the Okatra Scar Wraps, I think, are the ones.
Gotcha.
But essentially just any +1 attack reaction on arms are what's Katsu runs.
Yeah.
That being said, I could see a world where it sees playing Ira, just because Ira's like a bit more of a slower deck. She can sort of set up the shurikens, and like threatening mask triggers through an attack reaction on board every single turn just sounds insane. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a 3 because I'm not confident. But yeah, I'll give it a 3 for Ira. I think it's a trap in Katsu. I give it a 2 there.
Yeah, I put it at 2 right now as well.
Yeah,
I think like if they printed another Shuriken, they'll discard.
Maybe
yeah, keep in mind
better.
that because the more shurikens that get printed, the better this card gets.
I can see them doing a Shuriken deck. I mean, they done multiple kunais. Why not Shurikens now, right? So let's talk Gentle Breeze then. Andrew.
All right, Gentle Breeze is a 0 for free 2-block ninja attack. If your other attacks have 1 base power, go again. It's got Benji on the art, which he's a cool dude. I really like Benji.
It's meant for Crouching Tigers, right? Because Crouching Tigers have a base power of 0, so this is buffing all your Crouching Tigers.
Yeah, the problem is that usually the way you make your Crouching Tigers get above Ray is by playing combo cards that do cool things with your Tigers.
Yeah.
And so, if you chase the tail, just got -3. So that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, so you're giving this a 1?
Yeah. Well, this card currently has
it's a 1. Later down the line, keep an eye on it, just because the effect is really strong in the right circumstance.
The Gentle Breeze referred to it being a fart. I got you. We're moving on to Ty Green Reflex. It's red pitch, 0 cost, 3 power, 2 block, ninja action attack, combo. If Crouching Tiger was the last attack this combat chain, this gets +1 power and go again. Attack reaction, discard this. Target ninja attack gets +1. Create a Crouching Tiger in your hand. I like this, man. I know I've never gotten to the Zen Crouching Tiger thing, but I give this at least a 4 based off everything.
Now, Will, where do you think this sees play?
I thought it would be in like maybe Zen, maybe. Well, give me a second because I gotta think of all the damn.
Is that like a Silver Age hero?
He's LL'd, so he cannot play it.
Okay. It could be. What's the damn Katsu? Right?
Yeah, you can play like a Crouching Tiger based Katsu list, and this card's amazing. But even in a non-Crouching Tiger based list, Crouching Tiger is a 0 cost attack action card, and this puts it into your hand.
Yeah.
So what that means is you can just discard this for the attack reaction to build an attack up to make it hit, and then you get a cool card in your hand to discard 2 Katsu's ability, which is pretty good.
Yeah. So I was right.
In Katsu, well, the funny thing about Inkatsu is this is arguably the funny thing in Katsu is this is funnily enough, like you can argue this is better than Ancestral Empowerment.
No kidding.
It is because you're always guaranteed the 0 cost. So for the Katsu discard, it's a combo card, so you can play it off of the Ancestral Harmony.
Yeah.
Gets Go Again from Breeze Rider Boots.
It gets Go Again off Breeze Rider Boots. So it blocking 2 is a bit iffy, but I think like that's the only thing against it. I think outside of that, like this is an insane card.
It also works on ninja attacks, not just ninja attack action cards. So like with your Kodachis, you go like Kodachi for 1, your opponent's like, block this Ram part of the Ram set, and you're like, no, it's for 2 now.
You're dead. Yeah.
So I know Sean Baker was laying down Dash and trying to work on his Katsu. Is he happy with this card? Does he think this is a 5? He's going to make his Katsu win tournaments.
Good question.
All right, Sean,
you're watching right now.
Post it down below.
Answer in the comments section. I know you love typing things.
I do think the card for me is probably a 5, just because I don't know like how many of it and how many Ancestrals you play, but you play a combination of both, and I think that's good enough and impactful enough to be a 5.
Yep.
It's a cool card.
Okay. So we got the next one up, and
Warrior cards. Wow.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Templar Spellbane, which is a warrior equipment head, 1 block, battle worn. As an instant, you can destroy this, prevent the next 1 arcane damage that would be dealt to you this turn. If you've activated a weapon this turn, instead prevent the next 2. This card sure is a warrior card.
Yeah. Do you think they thought Kano would have LL'd by now when they were designing this set?
If Kano existed, I might consider playing this. But
I don't know. A year ago.
Yeah.
But I do smell that they're coming out with Blaze or something like that as an adult. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of cards like that. I don't know.
It's kind of tough to say. With if Blaze ever comes out, maybe you consider it again. At the moment, there's just absolutely no reason to be running this. The issue is like headpieces are so strong, and it's like, are you really putting in a sideboard card that blocks for 1 and then at most prevents 2 damage? Like a 3 value sideboard card at most, when like you have like other cards.
I mean, I think that's like not even like a real argument. I think the real argument is if you're a warrior player, what arcane barrier are you playing?
I guess that is another fair argument. Yeah.
And do you want to lose to a Vin set because you have no arcane barrier?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Like that's the issue with it. Is,
yeah,
like,
Warrior needed a lot of arcane help. This ain't it, Chief. I think.
Yeah, I think if they made it like a leg piece or an arm piece, different conversation. But as it is right now, a 1.
I'll give it a 2. I think eventually it might be good.
I would say if you see it as an extended art, really cheap, pick it up. But yeah.
Next, we got Sword Master's Shine, which is a red 3-cost free block warrior attack reaction that costs 1 less to play for each +1 counter on swords you control. And it just says target weapon attack gets +5. So notably, this is the biggest individual number an attack reaction has been capable of giving so far, unconditionally. Currently, the big attack reactions you see in Warrior are Overpower, which is free for +4 or +6 if Reprise is triggered. And then Rout is 2 for +3. And on Reprise gets to return a blocking card to the hand. So it's like a 2 for 6. But you know your opponent gets a card back, which is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
That being said, if you have free counters on your swords, this is a 0 for 5, and who knows how common that's going to be in Hala. So like, this is like currently a 2, very easily could just end up being a 5 on Hala.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I think like it just is not good enough in any of the current heroes, but
the +5. Let's say in Dory, her first sword swing is so important. You don't see like trying to trick.
I mean, just play Overpower Red.
Yeah, like
that's a 3 for +6.
Is that like you can usually evaluate how good a warrior card is by whether or not it has someone's face on it and whether or not they're wearing a helmet. So this one's weird though because Hala's wearing a helmet and Dorinthia isn't.
All right,
that's why I'm so confused.
So, Glutton. Did I already mess up the order, guys? No, this is mine.
No, yeah, this
Glutton.
is yours.
Yellow. It's a yellow pitch, warrior block 2. When this defends a weapon attack, the attacking hero discards a card.
Yeah, Glutton. That's how you say it. Very great card.
That's Glutton.
But no, this is legitimately one of the most impactful cards that
I liked it.
Warrior got, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a 2 block, but if you have it and you know they're swinging a lot of weapons, so you know, let's say you fight a character that doesn't use their weapon a lot, sideboard it out, right? But I would say this adds into most of your deck anyways, right? It's just a really good card.
No, this is definitely a sideboard. Like compared to the blue 3 block, like a yellow 2 block is a sideboard card. But when it's good, it is insane. So
honestly, you see her face though, I want her to break my hand like that.
And she's not wearing a helmet, so that's a really good sign. It has Dorinthia's face and no helmet. That's insane.
I'll tell you what though, I don't know. I think it's actually good for a lot of reasons, but if they swing like I know as a brute player, I would hate this.
It's good specifically into, I would say,
like half the meta.
Yeah. I mean, specifically, like, it's great into Mario, which is like a massive matchup, right? Mario is basically like swinging their daggers like every single turn, and more importantly, Mario versus Warrior, it was very Mario favored. This might flip it on its head because this is such a strong card.
Yeah. Well, I kind of equated this to the blue reviled KO card where you steal the aura, where to me, I always, steal victory. I know people say main board that, but I sideboard that out and sideboard in when I need it. So, I mean.
Well, we might need another intervention.
Yeah, we're going to have to have an intervention on you. But yeah, like in terms of like just decks this is good against, like it's amazing against like ninjas because like, you know, if a Syndra starts their turn off by swinging a kunai, you block with this, you're happy. If they swing a Kodachi, you block with this, you're happy. In the mirror, it's all like warrior mirrors, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Against guardians, if they just swing their weapon with 1 card in hand, that's probably a defense reaction. They're trying to arsenal. Pretty good.
I think the only thing that this hurts or it's not good against is probably wizards, right? Right now,
wizards and rangers are the big ones where this is.
I would argue like Syndra, it's not very great against. Syndra's not swinging their weapons every turn. I think any deck that like I think it's at its best against decks that are consistently swinging. Any deck that's not consistently swinging but is also being quite aggressive towards you, you consider taking it out. But it's good enough of a card. I would definitely give this a 5. Like, this is a game changer in a lot of big matchups.
Yeah, you have to justify not playing it if you're a warrior.
Yeah.
So
also, Warrior Mirrors, by the way, Warrior Mirrors are going to get really toxic. So
this color is so toxic.
Chris hates this card. So
what? You know, on the Warrior Deep Dive, we're going to have to get him on this, right? So,
of course.
Yeah, no, this card is so.
Next up, we've got the Synapse Spark Cap, which is a Mechanologist Equipment base head, 1 block, battle worn. Action, tap it, banish an Evo from your hand, create a Ponder token. No go again on this. This card's okay. This is one of the few cards I have played before, because I've been playing, you know, a big Teklo head like me. Of course I had to give this a shot.
Dude, I've never seen you pick up Teklo before.
Dude, do you even know me, Will? Will, I thought we were cool. You didn't know I was the biggest Teklo head in the store?
I know somebody who was considering picking up Teklo, and then he watched Evan play Teklo and said, I'm not doing that anymore.
Was it Sean?
Yes. That gives you an idea of how much of a Teklo it is.
Man.
Well, here's the thing about this card. The effect looks really strong. It's not. I think, okay, I was playing Boost Teklo. I think this is better in non-Boost Teklo.
Yeah.
Because you often enough, like, getting action points is very easy. So you just boost, and then play whatever Evo is in your hand or in your banish zone at the end. So honestly, I have not found many use cases for the ability. It's basically just Battle Worn 1 with an ability that triggers once every like 10 games or so. So that's why I give it a 3, because it's like, you know, it's better than the alternative.
So I play Rob's Mecha Teklo, and I can't help but feel like this is a good addition to his style of deck, right? What Rob from Fab Bazaar, right? Link is in our show notes as always. But yeah, I think he might like this card. I don't know. Comment down below, Rob.
This is like a 5. I don't like. Can you tell me a single Teklo deck that's not playing this card?
Yeah, but I would argue 5s are for like when a card is added to a deck and you're like, this is an impactful card that will do stuff.
Bro,
this is
if you send
not
me a deck list
impactful.
that's not playing this, I'm gonna call you an idiot immediately. This card.
Well,
is
no,
so,
a 3 for me is it gets into the deck, but you're just kind of like
criteria.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I don't like it when mom and dad fight. No, I'm just which one's mommy and which one's daddy. I don't know why I said
call architect.
Comment down below which one's mommy and which one's daddy.
There's a red 0-cost free block Mechanologist action attack. Comes in for 1. If this was banished from boosting this turn, you can play it from your banished zone. And it has Evo upgrade. Once attacks, search your deck for an Evo with cost less than or equal number of Evos you have equipped. Banish it, then shuffle. So, like, this is usually your Chain Ender now in Teklo. If you ever draw it, you're kind of sad and you probably block with it instead because it's a 0 for 1. But when you boost this, it feels so good because you just play it. It's like, oh man, I wasn't planning on doing 1 damage this turn.
Sometimes it's even fine from hand. It's never good from hand, but
yeah, like
if you think of it as like, yeah, no, you're right. If you think of it as like a 0 for 1 draw card, you know, it's like a 0 for 4 essentially, right? If you equate a card as 3 value, it's not usually that good. I kind of agree with Andrew's assessment, but it's a very good card in the boost deck. Even when you have no Evos, you can just grab a base piece of equipment from the beta base equipment or whatever they're called in this set. So it's a fantastic card, sort of early, late, just to get you started with getting your Evos, or to like get your missing piece in your Evos to get like all 4. So I like it
too, and I'd argue that even the regular Teklo decks, the non-boost versions, would play this because to attack and replenish your armor, because once you get those counters on it, you need to grab. Let's say you block your arms, you're not drawing your arms. This is another 3 copies in deck of any armor piece you want, where you can block, have that 1 counter remaining.
It kind of depends if the regular Teklo runs the new set of base equipment, which I'm not 100% sold on, just because they block for 1. And if a fatigue deck runs a bunch of 1 blocks in their deck, that sounds like a good way to lose the game.
Well, I'm saying with the with the Evos, they're going to get online pretty fast. But I say it's a way to replenish their armor pieces with the actual traditional Teklo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also lets you play like a toolbox.
Yeah.
For like your things. Like one of the biggest issues you'll have with Teklo is you boost your singularity, and then you're like, oh, I need that in this matchup.
And then
well,
you grab
I guess
recall.
I gotta get an Evo recall to get it back. You're like, oh, I have to actually draw my like 1 or 2 of Evo recall. This sucks. Well, now it goes Protocol Architect. You just grab it, and you're like, okay.
That's true. I forgot about the
Problem
one of
solved.
Evo recall in like the fatigue decks.
Yeah,
but-
like this is like a 4 to me. Like,
Okay. So yeah, I
agree
rated it
with
higher.
yeah, to justify not including it, but I could see a world where you don't play it.
Yeah, even in the non-boost version, I think you would play this just because it's easier to replenish your armor that way. I know, again, I have Teklo, never really played him. Tried him once, it was not my style at the time. All right, who's got Ghost Protocol? Is that
You do.
all right? Ghost Protocol mainframe is a blue pitch, 0 cost, 1 power, mecha to action attack, 3 block. Woo! If this was banished from boosting this turn, you can play this from your banished zone. Evo upgrade. This gets +1 power for each Evo you have equipped. So it's potentially the upside of 5, right? A 0 cost 5. This one's a little harder than the other one because the other one helped refresh your armor. It's still a blue pitch. I would say it's at least a 3 or a 4, right? So
it's like up to 5. Like,
you think it's
I
a
agree
0
with
5?
5.
so good
No.
in like Teklo. Like in Boost Teklo, obviously this is just like an insane chain ender. You
Right,
can just like be like, I was planning on playing this trashy blue Evo as my chain ender. Instead, I'm going to play this Ghost Protocol.
Okay, yeah, it's still a 0 for 5, and you're still doing so in either way, both decks. All right, so yeah.
You're not thinking in the boost Teklo, it's not a 0 for 5. It is you draw a card and you get a 0 for 5, right? Because yeah, you boost this away. Like it is a free card that wasn't in your hand. So it is absolutely insane in boost Teklo when you get it off the boost.
Gotcha.
It's a pitch card. Sometimes you play it from hand as a 0 for 5. That's pretty cool. I think it's great. It might see play in the fatigue Teklo. I'm not as sold as the
once you
tutor.
have singularity, it is pretty decent as a 0 for 5 go again.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I do think it probably sees play just as a blue block 3 that is just okay in an Evo deck. But
there you go.
I agree with a 5.
All right. I've said 4 and we're moving on. All right. But well, no, here's the thing. They said 5. But let's go ahead and go with the Far Flight Longbow.
I have to talk about this card.
Yeah.
This is the Far Flight Longbow. It is a ranger weapon bow, 2-handed. As an instant, you can pay a resource, tap it, put an arrow from your hand face up into your arsenal, and it has the text, your arrow attacks may target any opposing hero or ally. So for those of you wondering, what does that mean? The answer is if you're playing UPF, you can attack the opponent diagonal to you. And that is the only part of the text that is relevant. And it's for UPF, and the rest of the text, it just doesn't mean anything in CC. This is a 1. This is strictly worse than all the other bows by a long shot. This is terrible. Ranger's in such a terrible spot right now after losing Death Dealer. I was so excited we were getting a new bow, and then I saw this card and I said, oh.
Yeah, now you may be saying, hold on, turn 0, I can activate this. That's clearly got a use case, right? No, Barbed Castaway already does that.
Yeah, this is literally worst Barbed Castaway. Let me say that again.
Barbed Castaway has been trash talked so hard as like one of the worst
Castaway,
bows
the
for,
worst
like, years.
bow in the game, is better than this, is a strictly better version of this. This is a
Barbed Castaway says aim counter on it, and Evan loves aim counters.
As a matter of fact, can I give this a 0? Yeah, this doesn't even have aim counters in it.
Actually, like, I don't know, like, it's a 1, but, if you play it, I'm like, okay, you're trolling me. This has got to be funny.
I guess that's fair.
So,
you know what? 5.
No. We're changing it to a 4 shite longbow. All right, moving on.
Next, we got Tiger Trap, which is a red 0 cost free block defense reaction trap. Oh, they call them water bottle. So when this defends and the attacking hero controls 3 or more attacks of power greater than their base, attacks they control can't gain power this turn. So this is a card that currently does not have a lot of great use cases outside of like specifically against Katsu. You do it on an Ancestral Harmony pop-off turn, and you know that's pretty good. Like this screams that they're probably planning like a return to Mistvale at some point within the next year or two, and are going to probably have Tiger focused ninja in it. And in that context, yeah, this card is probably a pretty good counter to that. But until that happens, this card's like a 1.
Yeah, I agree with a 1. The issue with stuff like that is Rangers are not like any other hero. You can't just sit on a D-react because you need your arsenal. So, yeah. In the context of like the top deck is countered by that card, is it good? Probably. But is it as good as it looks? No.
Yeah. So we're talking Rune Snare. This is a red pitch, 0 cost, Ranger action trap, 2 block. Your next arrow attack, it's +3. Go again. When this defends, an attacking hero has played or created 2 or more auras this turn, destroy an aura they control. I mean, it's this static bomb trap card. Evan, I'm tagging a friend here, man. You tell me, man. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
I mean, this is like, it's kind of meta dependent. I think like no matter what, it's probably just like a 3 to 4 at the very least. The big thing is it's a 0 for +3 go again, which for like a Ranger buff card, that's kind of like the standard. Yeah. The problem is like all the buff cards have additional abilities that are all very useful. Rune Snare's ability in the current meta for a lot of decks is just kind of like nothing, but like in a lot of instances, like, I don't know, against Vincent, maybe against like a Lyath or something, like the ability gets very, very good. So at the moment, it's probably like, I don't know, kind of like a 3, like a mid sideboard card, but
yeah, there's better options.
Probably doesn't even see play, maybe like a 2 at the moment, but like keep it in mind, this is kind of insane. Like
current,
in the right
like
meta.
most meta deck that this is relevant against is Valda. And when's the last time you went, God damn, I need a sideboard card?
Hey, what about Lyath?
Yeah, the main time this does come up actually is Codex of Frailty.
Yeah.
Because the Codex of Frailty actually does that work with Codex of Frailty? I think it counts because you're creating the frailty, but it's under the opponent's control.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Actually, in the mirror, it's pretty good because you block your opponent's Codex of Frailty.
Against assassins too, because they're running a lot of codexes.
That's pretty all right.
Yeah, I
guess I could see it in the. Yeah,
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah,
I'll give it a 3 too.
Nobody can trash talk you if you give a card a 3 because that's like a non-committal opinion.
I mean, it's just so the card is so like low. You're not committing much, right? Like you're losing like what, release the tension or something. So like, yeah, if you lose release the tension for a like good card versus Codex, I could see it working out. But I think keep an eye on it. If it's cheap, buy up copies. If you're into Ranger, just because
buy a playset whenever it's 50 cents.
Yeah, because that card is insane in the right meta. Like just block for 2 and destroy an aura. And the alternative is just a 3 block or a +3 buff. Insane effect. So anyway, sorry. Ranger cards, I can hardly.
Well, here's the thing. You did get the Farsight Longbow, so it makes sense that you want to talk about Tiger Trap, which is a 1, and Rune Snare, which is now a 3. So I know your Rangers are sitting pretty. Sorry, guys. We're talking about this at the end of the.
I give Warriors a lot of crap for having bad cards, but that's just because I see myself in them as a Ranger player.
That's why you and Chris commiserate so well together.
I mean, Andrew knows if Chris and I are both interested in a deck.
Oh God,
that's the easiest way to make me like
stay away.
Stay away. That's all right. You know what? We should do that. Like, let's see what the new heroes coming out and see what Chris and Evan's interested in. Stay away from it, right? And
that is literally what Andrew does.
Smart Andrew.
I've been doing this for like 2 to 3 years now, and it's been like really
working out for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I was kind of interested in Acilio.
Yeah, but you weren't really. Anyway, talk to Grimoire of Felling Song.
All right, Grimoire of Felling Song is a Runeblade equipment offhand, no block value or anything. As an instant, you can pay a resource, destroy this, create a rune chant token. So the card it's like not good, but like there's not really a good alternative. So it probably sees play.
Yeah.
The sort of Vincent offhands are this, which creates an Eloquence token. Sometimes that's relevant. Blood Debt kind of hurts this card a lot. Or Bloodied Oval. And
Yeah.
this is probably better than Bloodied Oval.
Yeah, this is way better than Bloodied Oval.
I
This
think
card-
you would use Bloodied Oval if you're going in against an aggressive physical attacking deck, and then you need something to block a little bit more. But other than that, play this.
Yeah, the thing is that Vincent's actually like surprisingly good against a lot of random aggro decks.
Yes, she is.
And that's where Bloodied Oval really shines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this card, so notably, it's a Runeblade offhand.
Yeah.
And there's no one-handed Runeblade weapon that's currently legal in CC because they banned Scepter of Pain outside of Flail of Agony.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is only a Vincent card currently.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
in
and
Vincent, it 100%
I think, yeah, you just
sees
play this. Like this
Yeah,
is like
so-
4 or 5 in Vincent. This card's
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I say compared to the option now, this is a 5, right?
Yeah,
Just
this
compared
sets
to
up so many fun plays with
Yeah.
Spellbound Creepers.
Yeah.
I love this card. This is one of my
And-
favorite
That's
cards
that's
in the set.
fair, yeah.
sometimes you
Costing
just
a
need
resource is just kind of awkward, but
Yeah.
because Vincent often enough doesn't want to pitch, but I mean, you want to pitch to Spellbound Creepers, so I could
Yeah.
definitely see.
Yeah, like you just, it's one turn a game where you draw a blue, you just go ham. And
Fair
next
enough.
we got Doomsday, which is a red, 0 cost, free block, Runeblade action aura with go again, and at the beginning of your end phase, put a Doom counter on this. Then each hero destroys X auras they control, where X is the number of Doom counters on this. Doom.
There sure
I
is a
love
lot
it.
of aura hate
Doom.
in this set.
Yeah, so this card currently not very good because there's no real good targets for it. That being said, in the right meta, this card could be pretty cool.
If Enigma ever exists again,
Yeah, well, another thing that you're not even thinking about is in the context of Icelander with Frost Hex. This can destroy Frost
That's
Hexes
true, yeah.
really easily. We've seen Cool Ultimatum, I believe is the card's name, win Nationals before in Fatigue Briar, just because it destroys Frost Hex. And this card does that job way better. And so this is like a 1 right now, but give it a year or two, maybe it'll be a 5.
yeah, there are a lot of cards like that. Just a lot of good sideboard cards. Asterisk, not right now. So
Yeah.
And to note, this does stay in play until it destroys itself, which if you don't have a way to regenerate Rune Chance or other auras. So, I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of annoying about it is that since it says at the beginning of your end phase,
Yeah.
in conjunction with Inertia and Bloodrot tokens, it doesn't really work very well because what happens is they go on the stack at the same time. And it doesn't matter if you blow up the Bloodrot or Inertia, they still have their effect trigger. The destruction is not contingent on the rest of the card actually doing things.
Oh,
That's
man.
fair.
If this said at the
When
first
this,
part, yeah.
Yeah, when this enters the arena at the start of your turn or something like that,
Yeah.
completely different card.
All right. I got Sigil of Grave Spawning. This is a blue pitch, 1 cost, Runeblade action aura for 3 block. Go again. Whenever an aura leaves your graveyard, deal 1 damage to target hero. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. Oof. I don't know how I'd use this currently because there are other combo cards. Yes, you can. It just I feel like it's a little
it's
hard
kind
to
of
pull
a
off.
weird card.
Yeah.
It costing 1 makes me think they
Yeah.
were worried about it. I think this is like the only sigil that costs 1.
This screams that they have a Runeblade in the works that this will combo really well with that does not exist yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you're a Runeblade player, buy it now. But this is a
Yes.
2 because it's the blue block free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm thinking even if Florian was in the meta, it's like, you
Yeah, you wouldn't play
decompose
this in
3 cards to get
Yeah.
3 pings, and that requires 2 Earth auras. Like,
Yeah, you're not playing Earth's Embrace and Sigil of Earth that badly.
yeah. So yeah, definitely a 1 right now, but keep it in mind.
And we got feats.
Yeah, Evan, talk about the feet since
yes.
you're something on the big toe.
We've got the Tempest Dancer, which is a wizard equipment legs 0 block blade break. When this leaves the arena, you may play your next non-attack action card this turn as though it were an instant. So
1.
there are some advantages compared to Stormstriders and some disadvantages. The advantage is Stormstriders cost a resource. This does not cost a resource. The disadvantage is Stormstriders, you can do it immediately. This requires your opponent to have broken the chain after blocking. And that's kind of a big deal because, for one, you usually activate Stormstriders when your opponent has lethal on the stack. So you kind of want to kill them right now. This also doesn't have, AB2, which is another thing. I think some people were worried that they might ban Stormstriders, and if they ever do, this is the replacement. In a world without Stormstriders, would I rather run this or like an equipment that blocks? The answer is probably still this, because the effect is just that strong. But at the moment, no. Just run Stormstriders. It's a one.
And even if Stormtraders is gone, I'd probably rather play Mage Master Boots a lot of the time, honestly.
You'd rather Mage Master than this?
Yeah, I know in Blitz they banned Stormstriders a few years ago, and that's what we were doing. And that was for the first Worlds meta. And Icelander was clearly like the best Blitz deck at that time, and they were just playing Mage Master Boots or Snapdragon Scalers.
That's fair.
Yeah, but next we got Glyph Destruction Nodes.
You don't get to talk about the one you like.
I know. I'll talk about it eventually. No worries.
Wait, are you talking about Temporal Wobble?
Oh, bro, you want to talk about the Glyph Destruction Nodes? Let me talk about the Wobble.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, okay. This is Yellow Pitch, 0 cost, wizard action, 3 block. Deal 3 arcane damage to up to X target heroes and our allies, where X is the number of aura permanents you control with sigil in their name. Well, it's a wizard action, and funny enough, Andrew, you're going to have to talk about this anyways, because this screams to me Astilio. So, I know they have a picture of Blaze here, but, you know, Blaze isn't around right now. So, what do you think about this in Astilio?
So, the only ally decks in the meta are, number 1, Puffin, which barely counts, so we don't care about her. Prism, in which case, if you're going to play a cyber card for Prism, play, like, the
Destroy
Burn
Phantasm
Bear,
card?
Poppers.
Yeah, play a Popper.
Yeah.
And then Gravy. And you do not have issues with Gravy that this card is solving. Like,
yeah.
Just play Mind Warp instead of
So this
Gravy.
is a 1 or a 2?
Yeah, that's currently. The card's not great.
I didn't think about the other decks, but I think against Gravy, I was like, yeah, Astilio doesn't have an issue with Gravy.
Yeah,
I guess like other sigil based, like if Blaze ever comes along and Blaze says, "Oh, Gravy's my hardest matchup," then consider it. But
maybe you can do some cool things.
I love the art on this, by the way. By far, one of my favorite art pieces so far.
Got a bird. I like birds. Yeah, Temporal Wobble is a 0 cost red wizard instant with negate target non-attack action card with cost less than the number of aura permanents you control with sigil in their name. Its controller gains 1 action point.
Jesus, dude, this
is a 5.
Yeah.
Right now, like building a Cilio deck list, it's literally like figuring out what matchups we don't play this in over the ones where we don't. Right now, the number 1 bane of like an Astilio player's existence is null time zone. Like you cannot beat null time zone usually. This card says screw you null time zone. It says screw you the Spark of Genius that was going to grab null time zone. And then other applications like Codex of Frailty, it eats Codex of Frailty.
Blood Rush Bellow.
Yeah, Blood Rush Bellow. Like you have to have 2 sigils out for that, which is a lot more conditional than just having 1 sigil out. But even then, pretty good.
And the big thing is like you're like, oh well, it's not always active. It's an instant that you just cycle.
Yeah, so you cycle it when it sucks.
Yeah.
Other cool things is in the mirror, you just eat your opponent's spells sometimes. It's like, oh, you're gonna mind warp me for like 6.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like
when your opponent pops off, all right. When your opponent pops off and then they mind warp for like 19 or some dumb number.
If they're doing it for 19, you're dead.
Yeah.
But you just negate it. There you go.
I'll just tell you my thoughts on this and why I gave it a 5. Right now, mind you, I have these 2 guys with me. I'm talking to the YouTube followers here, right? Our lovers of the show. Right? I'm not a big brain player here. I play decent enough, right? I get my fair share of wins. But Evan, Andrew, they're the big brain players, right? They talk sense. And I just imagine a tool like this Temporal Wobble in their hands will freaking truck games, right? I just could imagine like how they would use this in pure effectiveness, because I'm telling you, this is a deadly card. And Astilio players have big brains. That's why they play Astilio.
Yeah. You can trust us because we've got the best Astilio player on the planet here, and Andrew's also here.
Yeah. Also, like Amulet of Echoes is a real card that this answers, so it even has particular applications.
Jesus,
that's true.
Woo.
But the one downside is you can't use it without a target, so it doesn't do anything on the combo turn.
That's true.
I think I took Andrew's spot. He took my
What's
card.
illusionist cards now?
I
like we
love
planned
illusion.
that.
My favorite. This is Touch of Reality. It's an illusionist equipment arms, no block value. As an instant, you can pay X and tap it, and it gets ward X until end of turn. And you destroy this at the beginning of the end phase. I don't. Am I missing something? I just think this is kind of bad.
Yeah.
I guess if illusionists have a lot of pitch and have massive issues into wizard, then this is quite good, but that feels
So
like a lie.
tell me if I'm so out far the lane here, but when I saw this, it doesn't really solve the issues that any illusionist would really have. But you would use this like, brutes use no fear, a way to get rid of their hand and, get some kind of upside for it. But it's still at that point, what's the point of playing it, right?
Yeah, like the only deck I could see playing this would be like Dromai, because you just turn 0, say I'm gonna make a shit ton of ash.
Oh yeah.
And,
I could definitely
Dromai
see
is illegal right
Dromai
now.
play it.
Yeah, like if they make the new Dromai have an effect that's based on pitching red cards, this card becomes a lot more useful. But right now, this card isn't one.
Yeah, to put into perspective, Dromai used to play Seeker's Mitts, which was basically that, but you could only pitch one resource into it. So
Interesting.
We'll have to see. We're getting a new Dromai. Maybe it'll be good in the new Dromai.
Don't remind me.
At the moment, it's a 1.
Next, we got Lunar Mirage. This is a red 0-cost free block, free attack illusionist attack. With when an attack action card of 6 or more power defends this becomes a copy of that card. It also has Go Again and Mirage, so it's when it is defending a non-illusionist attack with 6 or more power, destroy this. So obviously Prism's not playing this.
Nope.
And that's the only legal illusionist right now. So much like the last card, this screams there's something more to it that we don't know yet. So I'm giving it a 1 right now.
Fair enough.
Mind meets might. It's a red pitch, 3 cost, 7 attack, 3 block illusionist action attack. When this hits a hero, they reveal their hand and discard all cards with 6 or more power. Then they draw that many cards. It has the Mirage keyword, which again is defending a non-illusionist attack with 6 or more power. Destroy this. I don't know. It's a 7 for 3.
Ask yourself, does Prism, the only illusionist in CC, want this?
No, I mean, scored all cards with 6 more. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of like the different applications. I just don't see it. But
honestly, I think even in a vacuum, I'm like, why would you? This seems kind of bad.
This has to compete with Phantasmaclasm. And Phantasmaclasm is a really good card that already lets you see your opponent's hand.
True.
Yep. So kind of mid there. Now we're on to the assassin cards. We've got Graven Gaslight, Girl Boss, whatever. Yeah, it is an assassin equipment offhand. It's got Spell Void 1, and as an instant, you destroy 2 silvers you control to equip it from your graveyard. I'm hesitant on this. I feel like any time you would want this, you could be playing Arcane Lantern.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hesitant, like when you would ever want this over the AB1.
Well, yeah. Also, assassins don't have an issue with Arcane Barrier anymore. They've been helped out so much that they just have the freaking options, right?
Yeah.
They do have a lot of good Arcane Barrier cards. I think this is definitely a trap. Like there are so many assassins have so many cards that you can buy back with silver. Like, is this really the one you're choosing? Like, I think you don't. I think you buy back other stuff.
Yeah. Graven Asslight. We're moving on.
That's a 1 for now.
It's a 1.
Yeah, next we got Lobotomy with some really cool art. Man, I did not look at this art previously. Ooh.
Dude, the art in the set, I always say this, I love this art, man.
Yeah, I love assassin art in particular. It always looks so like pretty. Anyway, it's a red 0-cost free block, free attack, assassin attack with stealth. When this attacks, you may equip an Orbitoclast from your inventory, and when this hits a hero, if you control an Orbitoclast, they lose all hero card abilities during their next action phase. And Orbitoclast is an assassin dagger. It's one-handed, comes in for 1. You can once per turn pay 2, attack with it. It has Go Again, it has piercing 1. And when this hits a hero, the next time they defend with 1 or more non-attack action cards this turn, those cards have -1 while defending. So this card is admittedly really cool. Orbitoclast is the, what's it called? Signature weapon of Arachne Slip Through the Cracks, or Slippy as the cool kids call him. So historically, Slippy players were playing Concealed Blade, to grab a dagger from their sideboard just because it's so useful to be able to produce additional daggers for Flick Knife. This is just a stealth attack that does that and has a very, very good on hit if you already have no dagger equipped.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, on open up weapon slot, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And like you always have an open weapon slot, right? Like if you're playing this, you're
using the throw dagger thing.
Yeah, like you can like go stealth attack, flick knives, play this.
Yeah.
And carry on.
I like lobotomy.
To note, it's very bad in Mario just because Mario really needs specific daggers that are not Orbido class. Though it's very good in Slippy, as you said. It's very good in Azuri, our boy Ning's favorite.
Yeah, so. This is like probably a 5 in Slippy. Like this has applications in so many matchups. Like being able to stop.
Does this fix Slippy? I mean, I know without his okay.
No.
But like for example, like being able to make it so Gravy can't like play an ally, amazing ability.
As a ranger player with like who plays Sleep Dart all the time, that effect is insane.
Yeah.
And also just getting a free dagger too. Like this is a very strong card.
Yeah,
Slippy currently has too many issues though, so I don't think this fixes Slippy's issues. This is just kind of like a great card in the deck.
I think it would be fun for Uzuri too, but again, Uzuri has issues.
So. It also sees playing Azuri. I think it's strong enough.
Yeah. All right, Siku Kunai. This is red pitch, 0 cost, assassin instant item, attack reaction, 1 pitch. Destroy this. Target assassin attack. Action card gets +1. While this is in your graveyard, at the start of your turn, you may destroy 2 silver you control. If you do, return this to the arena. I don't know how good it is versus like because there's a lot of options to buy all the silver, and I'd rather defend. But I also know that Arachne's Huntsman does need these attack reactions to kind of get through his stuff, and you're breaking your equipment constantly anyways. What do you guys think?
The issue I have with this card is what's it called? Shriek Razor? Yeah. The arm piece Shriek Razor that Arachne gets is a pretty similar effect. It's less good, I will say, because it's 2 cost attack reaction, target attack action card, defending an assassin attack gets -1 block, right? So the effect is less good than the Kunai, but it comes on equipment with Battle Worn 1.
That's Shriek Razor, yep.
And it's like this card doesn't see play.
Yeah, but it does have really good art. Anybody in the comment section, please tell us which is your favorite thing on Shriek Razors.
God damn it. Anyway, so like when Seeker's Kunai compares unfavorably to a card that doesn't see play, I think it's just a 1.
Yeah. I think this card is actually completely fine. So it's not something that you want to play into every single deck, but like you play this like a 1 or 2 of in Huntsman for your fatigue matchups. I know Thomas, if you watched the video from 2 weeks ago, we had him on. He was actually testing against Huntsman, and like he was like, "Oh my god, this card makes the matchup so much harder," because like just being able to like have this in play means that if you don't have a defense reaction, you suddenly have to overblock every contract.
So I was going to say that like because it's the fear, that's the what you're playing this for, because that +1 you always have to overblock in order to prevent that contract effect from going off, right? That's how you'd use it.
Yeah. And then you use this on like a coercive tendency turn. This can do some insane things. Like you go like play a Plunder the Poor or whatever, coercive tendency, you make a silver.
Okay.
Next, you play like a double trouble, and now your opponent's like, "Oh no, I know he has at least 1 attack reaction in play no matter what, and he has access to the Flick Knives in conjunction with like Ravenclaw synergies." And like that's very likely to make a ton of silver as well. This is just such a nightmare if you're trying to block.
Okay, I'm not 100% sold on it, but
it sucks.
I could see it.
Yeah, this is like 2 to 3. Okay. But for a red card that doesn't block and doesn't have go again, getting a 2 is really hard, man.
You know what? I'll bring it up to a 2 because fatigue. Pleiades is a tough matchup for Huntsman. So
all right.
Oh, we're on to the illusionist cards. I see.
No, it's Necromancer.
I know.
This one's a 1. You want?
I'll read it. Bone Puppetry. Necromancer equipment arms 2 block Blade Break. When this defends, you may return an ally from your graveyard to the arena. If you do, at the beginning of the end phase, destroy it and discard your hand. So immediately, Gravy Bones has to run the hook because it's basically the most important piece of equipment he has. So immediately, yes, it is just unplayable in Gravy, but the effect is weird and just not very good.
Yeah.
Very clearly for Necromancer isn't printed yet, and also Will, if you can go back to it. So anybody that hasn't commented on their favorite finger on Streak Razors, please tell us your favorite finger on Bone Puppetry. Or if you already have, please edit your comment to include your favorite finger on Bone Puppetry instead.
guys, we must band together to stop this.
Well, here's the thing.
Leave your comment below on your least favorite finger on this and Shriek Razor.
Next, we got Boo, Resident Spook. It's a yellow 1-cost pirate necromancer action ally. Its stat line is 2/2. Action, you can just tap it to attack. It has Watery Grave, and while it is untapped, it has Spell Void too.
Dude, I am so scared. This is so scary.
Yeah, it's spooky. Spoopy. So the main matchups for this matters are Verdance and Acilio. Verdance is traditionally favorable for Gravy. I don't think this magically changes that matchup too much. But I mean, if you play it in your deck, you're going to play it against Verdance because, like, obviously, why not? But the big one is Acilio. Is this card good? And I don't think it solves any of the issues with the matchup.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 2 though because he's a cool dude.
I think very obviously you can tell in this set that they were kind of afraid that Gravy is too busted because he is. The stat lines on these allies is not the best.
Yeah.
That being said, I would totally invite this dude to my parties. Like, this is the best ally to bring to a party so far.
Dude, he's so scary. I can't bring myself to invite him.
I mean, I don't know. If you want a good time, invite Bubba Lubba Run Aground. Right? He's a yellow pitch 3-cost, 1 power, pirate necromancer action ally, 5 life though. He's a beefy boy. This enters the arena with a I can't not lie, with a +1 counter, +1 power counter. Action, 1 resource, tap it, attack. Action, remove a +1 counter from an ally control, destroy an aura token. Go again. Has Watery Grave. Dude, I kind of give this a 1, man. I don't know. I don't see the point yet.
Dude, hold 3 cost and you get to swing for 1 resource for 2 whole damage. That's like 5% of your opponent's health. But that's so much.
I don't understand if the aura, like, does Gravy suffer from a problem handling auras? He just beats face, right? Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah. So the one matchup that he has an issue with that's big on aura tokens is Fang. And this card would have been a lot cooler if they didn't print a card that we'll talk about later that makes this card suck.
Fucking love that card. Yo.
Even with that card.
We'll get to it later.
Let's be real.
Oh, I saw that card. Oh my god. All right, I'm sorry. Things back on the table, boys.
We'll get to it later, okay?
I'm sorry. All right. You're right. I got excited. Would you fight Bubba?
Think about another card that Gravy can play.
Would you invite Bubba Lubba to the party?
I think, he's pretty cool. I don't think it really messes with Bubba Lubba. He's just going to show up.
This is the Gloves of Azure Waves. Pirate Equipment Arms, 0 block. Arcane Barrier 1, High Tide. If there are 2 or more blue cards in your pitch zone, this gets +3 block and Blade Break. Those are both very, very powerful effects, and they can be used in conjunction, right? Your opponent has a bunch of Rune Chants, for instance. You pitch 2 of your blues for the Rune Chants, and then you block for 3. So a very powerful card. Here's the but. It is an arm piece, and Marlin and Gravy both really need the hook, which is another arm piece. So they just literally will not run this.
Puffin really wants that Cogworks Tinkerings.
Yeah.
Puffin really wants the Cogworks Tinkerings, and she has better Arcane Barrier than this.
Yeah.
So because of that, this card just will not see play. I guess keep it in mind for the future. I guess if any pirate just doesn't run high or doesn't run hook, but I think it's a 1 right now.
Yeah. Next, we got Cheating Scoundrel, which is a red 0-cost pirate action free block. Next attack action card you play this turn gets +3 and wagers with the defending hero. The winner creates a gold token. For those of you that don't know what a wager is, because that mechanic sucks, that means if the attack hits, you win. Otherwise, your opponent wins.
But Olympia and Betsy.
Shut up. Next time you would lose a wager this turn. Instead, you would discard a card. If you do, you win the wager, and it has go again. Yeah, this is like a 5 in Marlin. Like this is an instant free of in Marlin.
Yep.
Marlin loves just anything that says 0 for plus free.
And it blocks for 3 too, right? Like
yeah. Marlin loves cards that block. Okay, we real she doesn't actually. But you know, they're a cool thing to have. She loves attacks that buff. She loves giving on hits to her attacks.
Yeah.
And another thing too that's really messed up about this is you just hook the turn you do this.
Mm-hmm.
And if your opponent blocks, you're just like, no, I win the wager. You're the loser.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you get to keep your hooker out even though your opponent blocked out, which is like really, really messed up.
But also, this works good with the cannon, right? If you're playing the harpoon builds, right? Because it gets
with the cannon, you absolutely need the gold token, so this is good there.
Yeah.
And then
too.
Yeah, totally. So this is an instant 3 of 5 out of 5 for Marlin. Yeah,
I agree.
So fantastic. Some people were considering it for gravy. I'm not sold on it, but I can see it in theory, right?
So the only thing he does is the conquer, and then
you also run a blue suite of cards too, as well as a sloop too. So
even if your opponent wins the wager, that just means they blocked, and so you go hook. Can I have the gold, please?
Yeah. Fair. All right, we're going to cover Soul Forge Gauntlet, light equipment arms, 1 block. When this combat chain closes, this defendant pin it into your soul. Arcane Barrier 1. I like this card, and I'm trying to remember what it goes with. I know Prism. I can't speak to Bolton and how hard it was for him to get his light going, but I think it was compared against the bracers he got in his armory deck. Is that correct? I mean, look, do you remember what
the issue with Bolton? Bolton has better arms than this. Prism does not, though.
Yeah, Prism. I don't think this is a question of pitting in Prism. Like she has better arm slots. But
I know you play this in Prism. Right now, Prism, the primary arm piece you really want to play is Calming Gesture. And you still definitely play Calming Gesture in certain matchups, like mainly Assassins and Syndra, because being able to create that Spectral Shield to protect your allies from Flick Knives is just such a big deal. But in those other matchups, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, you really want Soul.
Yeah, Prism arms are pretty mediocre. So this is just way better than every other arms outside of the scenario that Andrew just mentioned. So definitely a 5.
5? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I put it at 4.
Fair enough. Next up, we have
Blessing of
Baloney.
This is the card that will get Bolton there, right? Blessing of Baloney.
It's 1 through 6 away.
It's a yellow 0 cost 3 block light action aura with go again, and whenever a card is put into your soul, create a courage token, and at the start of your turn, put this into your soul. This seems pretty mediocre, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind though is that it does see itself put into soul for its effect, so it does create a courage token as per release notes, which I think matters a lot when evaluating this card, because that means that it gives your first attack +1, which is really important for Bolton.
Correct.
I think this is awful in Prism, by the way.
It's terrible in Prism. Prism does not care about courage tokens. Prism likes soul, but like she doesn't have an issue getting.
You don't have an issue.
You want cards with Herald in your soul.
Yeah.
And like, while an arm piece, you're like, oh, an arm piece gets me free soul. That's awesome. This is a card that you have to explicitly play.
Yeah. The issue, I wish this said just something different, like, charge your soul or something, because then it would activate Bolt again. It'd be so much better.
Itself.
But it's
charge is a warrior specific mechanic.
Yeah.
So generic light cards don't charge. Yes, if it was charge, it would be far better.
Yeah.
As I think it's like a 2. I don't think it's
I
playable.
put it at 2 as well. But next we got Vestige of Flagellation, which is a shadow equipment chest, 2 block with Bleed Break. The first time an opponent would gain life each turn, instead you lose that much and create that many vigor tokens.
This is a very difficult. Yeah, it's like the most difficult card to evaluate in the set, just because like
this is
a lot.
Yeah, like this is a Leviathan card, right? Like you wouldn't play this in Vincent.
Yeah, well, Leviathan you have access to Savage Sash and Carrion Husk instead, and then in Vincent you have access to Tunic and Dyadic Carapace instead.
Yeah,
and so is this better than Tunic in the fatigue matchups? And like, I don't think so, honestly.
You know what though? This, like you said it before, if Monarch 3.0 is coming up, this actually might be a card for the next Shadow hero. So
Yeah,
that's where it could be.
Yeah, there's like something where like there are shadow cards that let
Shadow
your
Warrior,
opponent
maybe?
gain life. Okay, calm down. Let's not make the shadow talent any sadder by adding that trash garbage class to it.
You add two piles of shit together, you get manure.
Oh,
Right?
you get fertilizer, then we can decompose it so we can make an earth warrior. Now we're talking.
Like the way you're thinking. All right.
I know. So yeah, currently I put it at 1.
Yeah.
Sadly, I want this card to be good. It has a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool name, cool effect.
All right. A bomb. This is yellow pitch, 0 cost. Shadow action 3 block. If you may play this from your banished zone. If you do, it gets go again. Pin an attack action card with blood debt from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck. This too has blood debt, which while this is in your banished zone at the beginning of your end phase, lose 1 life.
So the cool thing you can do with this is loop on Hollowed Rites. So, well, if you pull up on Hollowed Rites, this is a Shadow Runeblade attack. Blocks for free, costs 1. Red, it comes in for 4, yellow free, blue 2. And if you've played a non-attack action card this turn, you may play it from your banished zone, and you may put a non-attack action card with blood debt from your graveyard on the bottom.
This is anti-fatigue for Vincent?
Yeah, you can do some really funny things in conjunction with non-unhallowed rights, free embalm, and free coal in your deck to create fatigue Vincent. If you do it, I will laugh at you, and it will be really, really funny, and it's better than you think it is, but it still sucks.
But here's the
thing. You
thing.
just don't understand, Andrew. Fatigue Vincent, it beats Fatigue Pleiades. You don't understand.
But yeah, it is really funny.
Vincent has an issue getting fatigued. With these 2 cards being added in, I know her deck slot's already kind of massively tight, but Unhallowed Rites
plus a new archetype I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get it.
Very different.
Well, the issue, Will, is that the way you technically are supposed to beat Fatigue as Vincent is to stack Rune Chants. And if you're swinging Unhallowed Rites over and over, you're not stacking any Rune Chants.
I mean, that just means you change the way that you play with this. And I have no idea how amazing this could possibly be. But I'm pretty sure the answer is not very.
Well, I think it's fun to play at the Armory.
Yeah, bro, this is such a fun Armory deck.
Yeah.
Now, the other context
it's very cool.
Is how good is this in Levia? Because it is a yellow that you can play to put an attack action card with blood debt from graveyard on the bottom of your deck. So you can start like recurring like some Dread Screamers and stuff to do that as an anti-fatigue thing. In there, I don't think it's very good either, sadly. I was
about to say. I just don't see it in Levia, just because like Blasphemophet consumed, like you don't really care enough to actually try to loop cards. So
interesting.
Yeah, this is like one of the coolest cards in the set. I have no clue what to do with.
That's fair enough.
All right, so you want to give it a 2 until more information comes out?
I think it's a 2. Yeah.
All right, Evan, you get a cool one.
I sure do. We've got Elemental Strike, which is a red 0 cost, 5 power, 3 block. As an additional cost to play this, banish a card from your hand. If it's Earth, it gets +2 power. Lightning, it gets go again. Ice, it gets dominate. To note, if you banish the card Colors of Aria, which is a rare in this set, Colors of Aria, when it's face up, is an Ice, Earth, and Lightning card. If you banish that card, it will get all 3 effects, right? So it'll get +2 power, go again, and dominate.
Now, let me ask you a question. The Colors of Aria, what does it actually say on the... It's not neither of the cards. It's an elemental action.
It's a 3 for 7, 3 block. While this is face up in any zone, it's Earth, Ice, and Lightning.
But that's the thing. As the cost to play Elemental Strike and you banish it, like, isn't that the cost?
You banish it face up.
It works.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works.
Okay.
It also works with like the Pearl card, so the Ice Earth card. So if you banish one of those, it will get the Ice and the Earth effect.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
The issue being is I'm not sure if Jarl wants either of those, and he's currently the only hero I think outside of Acilio who can run this, and I don't think Acilio
can play it too.
Oh, Verdance can play it. Verdance might want
it. Because this does help you get turned on. So like the main use case I see for this currently is in Jarl, you play it. It can be a 0 for 7 dominate, which is like a pretty cool like turn 0 play or in like the late game could be a way to close out games.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that's really good at doing is giving you an Earth card into Vanish, which then means that you don't have to play Cadaverous Tilling to get that effect to help you decompose, because now you don't have Rebound Carapaces. So if you want to play Plowder and Felon with the Crown, it's really awkward.
Yeah.
And it's really cool if you want to do that. How good is that? I have no clue. So, you know,
I don't think it's very good in URL. Yeah. I guess the big question is Verdance, right? How good is it
it's
in
a
Verdance?
2-4 question mark.
Yeah. I can agree with a 2-4 question mark.
All right. So
next we got Crown of Everbloom, which is an Earth Equipment head, blocks 0, has Arcane Barrier 2, and as an instant you can destroy to put a card from your arsenal on the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw a card and create a Spellbane Aegis token. So Verdance, this would be a lot more interesting if Kano was still legal. As it is now, I don't think you would realistically play this in your Verdance deck. And so that leaves us with Jarl. And this is the first piece of Arcane Barrier 2 equipment that Jarl can play, which is really, really good for slot compression. So if you're playing like Fatigue Jarl, you usually play Skullcap instead. But if you're not playing Fatigue Jarl, this card is like actually pretty good. You can just play it in conjunction with like No Room Boots. You still have access to like your Tunic, and you have access to Columns of the Boreal Domain.
Yep.
Like it's just a really cool card. I give it like a 4.
Probably a 3 for me, because I just think Jarl that's not Fatigue Jarl is probably bad. Jarl in general is probably bad.
The slot compression is pretty good though.
No, it's a good card. Yeah. I think like the more Earth heroes we get later down the line, the more like this is going to be more and more, because our AB2 just will always be relevant as a up. So very cool.
I get a fun one, I guess. Yellow Pitch. This is Channel the Skybreaker. Yellow Pitch, 2 cost, Earth Action Aura, 3 block. Go again. When this enters the arena and at the beginning of your action phase, create 2 Might tokens. Channel Earth. At the beginning of your end phase, put a flow counter on this. Then destroy it unless you put an Earth card from your pitch stone on the bottom of your deck for each flow counter on it. I gotta say, I mean, I kind of like Channel the Millennium Tree better. But it does create 2 Might tokens. I mean, here's the thing. Warren would use it, but he can't use it right now since he's LL'd. So
I mean, here's the problem. Like anytime you would run this, just run Channel Mount Heroic, you know?
Oh yeah, Mount Heroic, not Millennium Tree. Sorry, but yeah, I gave it a 2.
Yeah, this is a card that like I think is seeding for a future like adult Terra. If we have an adult Terra, then this becomes a very real question that we ask, because you can be like, oh, I'll play this, swing my Redwood Hammer, and then end of turn make another Might, and then my double whatever that was, a doubling season that gets the
doubling season,
Mights instead of +1. Then you can start doing some funny things.
I think even then it seems pretty mediocre. There needs to be. I do agree. Like I feel like if they give adult Terra some more support for this, I could see this being good. But at the moment, with the current support, if adult Terra came around, this seems mid. So,
and even if you argue the case like, oh, he could go in Jarl, it wouldn't be going in Jarl because he doesn't play Earth like that. So
definitely not. So next up, Crown of Frozen Thoughts. Ice equipment head 2 block Blade Break. When this defends, freeze the attacking hero until the start of their next turn. So when you freeze them, that means that abilities they control cannot be activated. Specifically, it really means activated abilities, right? So it doesn't just turn off the hero text. It just turns off any activated abilities, like Syndra, for instance, has an activated ability. I don't know. Seems pretty mid. There aren't too many activated abilities. I guess the big ones probably Mario, like the Mario transform abilities get turned off.
And no, this is like the abilities of the hero itself, not like of activated abilities they control. This.
Yes, you are correct. Yeah. So
this is competing with Coronet Peak.
It is competing with Coronet Peak and just all the other good generic helms. I think like keep it in mind, because like later down the line, if the top deck in the format gets hosed by this, like you're gonna want this card in your ice decks. But at the moment it's like a 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think Coronet Peak's just kind of better. But
next we got Channel Ice Lock Glaze, which is a blue 0 cost free block ice aura with Go Again, and cards in opposing arsenals are frozen while they control a Frostbite or a frozen permanent, meaning they can't be played and their abilities cannot be activated. And then it has Channel Ice. I'm not reading that text. It's like the Earth one.
Fair enough, brother.
So this is a blue free block ice card that costs 0 and has Go Again, which, you know, and it has a text box. You know, that's pretty cool. I like text boxes.
Yeah.
The funny
So,
thing
like,
is, we've already gotten enough blue ice cards that block 3 that you actually have to say, like, no, just being a blue block 3 isn't enough. Like, do you think this sees play over some of the alternatives, like Channel Eisen?
I like it more than Channel Eisen because it's actually not super crazy to give your opponent Frostbite if you're Jarl with this. And being able to take a hero that's missing a piece of equipment and be like, give you a Frostbite and like freeze your arsenal for a bit can be.
And if there's a
nice.
D-React in there, they literally cannot play it. So
yeah, I do like this for Jarl.
Yeah, like this, and if you're like trying to be more aggressive as a Jarl, this can do some really cool things as well.
Really good into
like,
Rangers sometimes.
Yeah, this is like a 3/4.
Yeah, I agree. And if you want to get cute with Jarl, like I do have a Jarl deck. I never played it because, you know, there's so many other good heroes or heroes I like to play. But, you know, there's fun with it. Like Ice Jarl.
Probably 3 for me. I think it's like just there.
Hey.
Cough, cough, will.
I'm sorry.
Looking at the chest, yeah.
No, I'm just admiring the text on this card. Stormweaver's Aegis. Aegis. Instant. Destroy lightning equipment chest, 0 block.
To admire.
It's shocking, man. The art.
At the chest.
Instant. Destroy this. Until end of turn, instant cards you own get instant discard this. Prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Arcane Barrier 1. What's this competing with?
Old
Tunic
Knocker.
and Old Knocker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only lightning hero we have right now in CC is Acilio.
Yeah, you want to use this, right?
Acilio really wants to use Tunic or Knocker as their lightning greaves, like enabler, and like this gets in the way of it. That being said, if we ever see like a return to like a Kano like wizard that's for wildfire based, this card is really good. I will be buying one of these eventually.
Fair. But as of right now,
it's a 1 right now, but you know, maybe one day.
Yeah,
fair enough. Next up, we got Astrovolt Elemental, a red 0 cost, 3 attack, 3 block. When it attacks, you can discard an instant card. If you do, draw a card and create an embodiment of lightning token. I just don't see it. If it swung for 4, maybe, but I don't know. The effect is just kind of like, the effect is not bad, but like this card not having Go Again combined with like having to discard.
And I didn't think Acilio had a problem getting lightning tokens, though.
It's not super easy to find lightning tokens.
Okay.
So this card is like, you know, kind of cool. It does something very unique that we haven't seen out of things before.
Yeah.
I personally have not enjoyed it in testing so far, but I know like people that actually do. If you know who Yuto is, he's the Finnish national champion. He won playing Acilio. Very big name in like Acilio content creation. He loves this card. I think he's smoking crack.
I do too.
No.
Is crack legal in Finland? Hold on.
Hear me out. Because I'm looking at this through the brute lens, right? Because that's where I'm at right now. Any card that helps you get to your game plan or game state faster is better. So, you know, yes, you could discard once per turn with the Acilio's hero ability, but this helps you do that again, right? So
it also just takes away your entire action point.
Yeah, but as a chain ender, right, you finish it, and then but that's also no way.
If you
like,
already
I want my chain enders to be mind warp or something like that.
I'm just saying it's to get to your end state faster, and Acilio hits fast, right? You got to kill him fast.
Yeah, but Acilio's so fast because you have your weapon amps. So if you are actively running a chain ender that is not interacting with your amp, you are doing something wrong.
I mean, the issue is you're viewing it as a chain ender and not as just like an enabler for your embodiment of lightnings. That's also a payoff for your embodiment of lightnings. Like if you have an embodiment of lightning out, this becomes like refresh your embodiment, draw a card, amp 1, and do some other cool stuff.
I don't know. If I have an embodiment of lightning, I want to be blasting
I'm putting
to
it
oblivion.
At 2 right now, man.
I'll give it a 2 too. So
all right,
you gave it a 2
so
too. Woo! It's ballet, baby.
Wow.
So this is my card, but you know, Will, I think you want to talk about this card a lot more than I.
Honestly, I don't care if this is the ugliest guy on this card. I'd still fuck it so good. All right, it's Dynastic Diadem. I'm telling you,
What did Will just say?
you rewind it
I
and
do
put it
not
on
know this,
repeat
man.
because this shit is awesome. It's a Tronic equipment headpiece. Blocks for 1. Fealty tokens you control can't be destroyed by opponent's effects. If you control 3 or more fealty tokens, this gets +1. Temper. All right, so you know what? This fixes the one issue freaking Fang had in the worst matchup ever, and that was against any of the wizards that freaking destroyed his fealty tokens. Fuck them. I love this card. It's a 5. It's an automatic sideboard inclusion. I don't care who you are. I'll stick it by my guns.
Yeah, I mean, this does solve Fang's biggest issue. Asterisk, not Fang's only issue. I think Fang has some more issues. Don't
Yeah,
get me
like
wrong.
being a warrior is always
Like being a warrior, yeah,
such a
that's
Oh,
kind of a
man.
big issue.
Honestly, I don't know, man.
That being said, yes, this is like a legitimately impactful
Yes.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
Fang might be like a contender. Fang gets Blunton to help with the matchup against Mario. Fang gets this to help against Wizards. Yeah, no,
There's just a lot of useful things.
Yeah.
One thing to note, though, is it just stops destruction. So Steel Victory doesn't care because it steals. Black Steel Oblivion also gets around it because it just makes it cease to exist. So you still have awful Acilio matchup.
Well,
but what else is new?
You can't have it all, right? You can't have it all. Against Wizards,
now, speaking of having it all, though, oh my god!
Wait,
Phoenix,
Andrew, Evan, let me ask you a quick question. I thought they banned the books back in 2024. All right, or was that
they
mistaken?
Sure did, Will.
Okay,
but then they said, "Wait a second, we want Phi to LL."
Oh Jesus, dude, he's only at 900 points. He's going to be around for a long time once this card comes out. Anyway, sorry, Andrew, continue on.
Yeah, so it's a red 1-cost Draconic instant. As an additional cost to play this, discard a Phoenix Flame. Draconic attack action cards you control get +1 this turn, and then you draw 2 cards. This is the best card in the set, most raw power ever.
God,
I love
it's
this
so
card.
fun to review a card and just there's nothing to say outside of it good.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks about it is that it is an instant that doesn't block, and it's an additional cost to do it. So against Acilio, Null Shock has very real text against it.
Fair.
Yes.
You know what the real issue with this card is? The most major drawback for this card is, guys?
No,
they
tell
didn't
me,
print it
Will.
earlier, and they made it cost 1, and like
none of that. It's at 5's at 900 some odd points. So that's the real issue with this card.
I know, and I am going to make
That's
it.
why they fucking did it.
You and me both.
I
Andrew.
am so happy. This is my favorite.
This
card
gets a 6 out of 5, baby.
It's a good card, man. Oh my gosh.
Bro, I give it a 7, honestly.
Well, too bad.
All right, so since I covered the headpiece and Andrew covered that, you get a cover
Rippling Wave.
The Mystic Equipment Homes.
So it's a cloaked equipment, so you equip it face down. It's a arms 3-block blade break. Instant, you pitch a chi, turn it face up. You may return a defending blue card or blue attack action card to its owner's hand. This is a really, really powerful effect. It's kind of tough to evaluate just because like chi is so useful. If you have 1 chi in hand, you kind of want to keep that around. That being said, you know, a 3-block that also bounces a card back to hand is just kind of insane.
Yeah.
It's a bit situational, right? You need to have a blue attack action card. You need to have a chi, and more importantly, your opponent needs to have an attack after the defending card so that the blade break 3 actually matters.
I mean, it's fine. You don't have to blow it up just because you activated this.
It just
I guess that's true.
Wait for the moment. It doesn't kill itself like all the other cloaked equipment.
I kind of assumed it killed itself like all.
No, this is a block free. Blade break equipment. That's like already pretty alright.
That kind of changes my evaluation a bit. I
give it a 4.
I mean, this is a -1 because nobody can play it, but
that's true.
Yeah, it's currently 1 because it's not legal.
Yeah,
but yes, if there was a legal hero, then it 100% does not see playing Zen because Zen has better arms. But Enigma probably plays it.
This is like whenever they print the next new.
Yeah,
they'll probably be very interested in this.
Yeah.
But anyway, next we got Whisper and Mist, which is a blue 0-cost Mystic instant with until end of turn, blue attacks and attacks with Ephemeral get +1. Yeah, that's dumb some words.
Kind of.
If Zen comes back out, it's a Mystic, so it's already a 1 based off what you guys are saying. But
yeah, but yeah, like the thing is there aren't that many things it like works super well because the only ephemeral attacks are Crouching Tiger.
Yep.
And then blue attacks are,
not great.
Bad, and you'd rather just transcend usually at that point. And then another thing that's really funny about this is that it doesn't specify that they have to be yours. And so if you play this out just to like have it as a transcend enabler, it buffs up your opponent's blue attacks and stuff.
That's so sad.
So I'm gonna put it out 1 right now.
I think that's fair. I agree. Havoc Rep. Love the art. Love the Jester. 5. If there's a hero that's a Jester, that's me.
I love Chaos Hero.
Dude.
So bad.
Yeah. So bad. Tap, go again. I'm sorry, let me start over. This is Havoc Wrap, Chaos Equipment Chest, 1 block. Action, tap, go again. If this is tapped, cards cost 1 less resource to play. This does untap during the end phase, and this gets at the start of your turn. Destroy this. It's battle worn. I mean, I don't know how to evaluate it, really. It seems pretty good, but there's not really a lot of...
So, funnily enough, I think the big issue is not the downside. So, the upside is all your cards cost 1 less.
Yeah.
The downside is on your opponent's next turn, all their cards cost 1 less before it gets destroyed. And that downside is less big than you think it is, just because like if you have a big pop-off turn, which is when you would want to tap this, your opponent has to block, then their turn doesn't do anything. And so like it's a great effect. The issue is I just don't see a situation where any of the Chaos heroes would want this ability.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, there is no Chaos hero out there that would use this to its fullest effect. You're talking about Mario and Slippy. That's it.
Currently,
it doesn't affect weapons, for instance. So like you can't like make your dagger free with this and then play a bunch of 1-cost attack reactions on it or something. Like yeah.
If they come out with a Jester class, I would play the Jester.
So I'll go back. I have a funny interaction. Pearl Amulet can untap this card.
Oh baby.
What amulet?
Pearl Amulet. So Pearl Amulet can kind of function similar to like an energy potion in that regards with this card, which is pretty funny. Pearl Amulet is just a blue 0-cost item with action, destroy this, untap target permanent, and it has go again.
Yeah.
So that's already like kind of weird and something worth considering. But I think the big thing with it is if we ever see an ice hero that's actively using Channel Lake Frigid again, this is the place where it screams to me that I'd want to have this.
That makes sense, yeah.
But that currently doesn't exist. So 1 for now, but I'm buying it. Now we can talk about Evan's card.
My card. This is Tome of Pandemonium. It's a yellow 1-cost Chaos Action 2-block. Banish the top card of each hero's deck. You may play them this turn. Go again. This is a very weird and interesting card. I do think it's a trap though, because you kind of look at it and like at its highest value, you're playing Mario, your opponent, you're in a mirror. You play this, you grab 2 dagger buffs that cost 0. You swing your dagger, you buff it by like 8, let's say, and like Tome of Pandemonium looks insane. You can do similar things with like something like Syndra, for instance. Just grab some 0 for 3 go again from them. The issue is, for one, it doesn't work with D reacts, right? You have to play them this turn. So any sort of defense reaction that you grab like is just a complete whiff. So if you have any D reacts in your own deck, those are whiffs. Any D reacts in your opponent's decks are whiffs. And just no matter what, it's just like a sideboard card, right? Because certain deck Verdant's like so many crappy blues that are just terrible. So at most, it is a sideboard card for things like the Mirror or Syndra. But even then, I'm kind of iffy. Like, I think if you whiff at all on any one of them, the card is bad, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it only draws you 1 card, then it's not worth it. Yeah, so I think it's like a 2.
Yeah, I give it a 2. Mainly because it's a really, really, really cool card.
It is a very cool card.
So the potential of Chaos is coming up to be kind of fun for me, right? I'm liking what they're doing here, but I want to see more of it. You know what I mean? And like
it's like Brute but less cringe.
What's that?
It's like Brute but less cringe.
I agree.
I think it's more Brute or it's as brute is, right? So glory plate.
That explains why you like.
Yeah.
I'm
Glory
liking the
plate
vibe
with
of it. I
glory
really am.
hole.
So anything that you could shake up and not really like, I like probabilities and odds, which is not math, right? And so that chaos seems to me more probabilities and odds than straight numbers, right? Which is why I love Brute. It's all about percentages, right? Anyways, let's talk about glory plate. This is revered equipment chest, 0 block. This gets +1 defense for each toughness token. That's still this one's turn. Anyways, for each toughness token that has left the arena this turn, it's Guardwell.
Guardwell basically means you can just keep using it over and over. So like, you make 2 toughness, you block for 2. Next turn you make 5 toughness, it blocks for 3.
I think this is a tough nut thing, definitely, right?
Yeah, this is like a card that's probably like a 4 in Tough Nut.
Yeah.
But you have to be
Here's the
playing Tough
issue
Nut.
with Tough Nut.
It's Tough Nut.
Tunic is so good. Like,
Yeah.
you have no cards in hand, you activate Tough Nut, there's a yellow, you say, oh man, I can't swing rock. You look at your Tunic counter, you say, oh baby, I'm swinging rock.
Yep.
Why would you ever play this when Tunic exists?
But I do see a reason for playing this too, though. Like, it really does. I mean, I just, like, it gives you the option. Yes, you got Tunic for the rock, right? But this also gives you that. It's like when Savage Chest first came out and people were like, oh, you'd still play Tunic. But I was like, I don't know. I see Glory Plate. If you really double down on the defensive Tough Nut side of things, right, I can see you kind of thinking, oh. And guess what? Tough Nut can use Savage Claw, right? 2 of them, if you have a way to give him agility. Just saying.
So basically, Will is going to play Tough Nut at the armories from here on out, and
Tough Nut.
he will tell everybody how it goes.
Okay, so I have so many heroes I want to play, but I might build Tough Nut. But I'm looking at Reviled KO and Reinar. I'm just liking the brutes right now.
Anyway. Yeah, so the last card was my card, but Will just took it from me. So I'm just going to talk about his card now. We got By the Book, which is a blue 0 cost revered action aura that blocks 2. If you have less life than each other hero, you may play this as though it were an instant. Heroes can't draw cards during action phases. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this.
This was our buddy Thomas's spoiler.
Congratulations to Tommy for
spoiler, but
I mean, yeah,
Thomas got to make the video for it, and we got to have fun trolling people with this card by creating a fake version of it.
That was
we gave it like flavor text that said "Now kiss," and bro, that was so fun.
Yo, that's great. Why didn't they do that? No.
I know, like you can find it on the Pleiades channel.
Oh,
but yeah, like obviously the 3 biggest matchups for this Pleiades, in Pleiades is KO, turns off Blood Rush Bellows, Wild Rides, Pulpings, Bare Fangs, fantastic. Marlin turns off like access to their free of a kinds and their gold activations, and then against Gravy, if they activate Gravy, you just play this and do good things. Like, yeah, this card is
also against Acilio too. So
oh yeah, silly. I don't know why I talk about Marlin as a matchup that really matters. That matchup's already pretty favored, but yeah, against Acilio, this is a thing that the Acilio has to play around now, even if you don't play it. It is also a wobble target too.
That's true
for Acilio.
I think this card is just insane in Pleiades, because I know Thomas kept saying that one of the matchups that they were forced to put a lot of respect into was KO. So having a good answer to Blood Rush Bellows is just kind of insane.
Yeah, this is like a 5, but it's a 5 that you may not play 3 copies of.
That is fair, yeah.
Now, guys, I know this ain't the Tough Nut show. Would you put this in Tough Nut? Or are you more like on the...
No.
Okay.
But I'm at the point where I have to like say so much. This is so good and Tough Nut, but...
Yeah, why are we talking about Tough Nut so much? I blame Will.
Evan, this is a perfect card for you.
Oh, baby.
It's like I took your turn on purpose, Andrew. It wouldn't have mattered for you.
Anyway, Reviled Equipment Head 1 block Blade Break. When this defends, the attacking hero draws a card, then looks at their hand and chooses a card. They discard the chosen card. This is such a tough card to evaluate. I guess for one, I'll say there's no way RKO runs this, because RKO has Scaling Fleshbag, and that is very like one of the strongest headpieces in the game, and does a similar thing to what Two-Faced is doing. That being said, does Lyath run this? And the answer is a hard maybe. It's just such a tough card to evaluate without just playing with it firsthand. Skullcap or Balance of Justice, really. So, like, the matchups, the reason why I'm kind of iffy about it is the matchups where I would want this card are like KO, but Balance of Justice, I would just play that instead. That being said, the effect is so strong. I think in combination with the next card we will see, this might become like a main board card. So I think Andrew, I'm gonna do the thing that you did. This is either like a 4 or a 2. Like
I think it's
you know what?
Like,
okay.
this card's really good to me, and also it lets you know if like leave them hanging is really powerful in the given turn. I also really like it against assassins, being able to know what on earth they're actually doing that turn can be very useful sometimes. Like warriors as well, being able to be like, oh, that's what I need to do for blocks. Got it.
Yeah. The problem is like Skullcap blocking for 3 over the course of a game versus this, where it's like the ability looks very strong, but sometimes they draw a card, you look at their hand, and you're just like, oh, like
yeah, but they don't know that, and they have to change their entire turn around this. Like, okay, like have you ever actually played like a hero with Face Purgatory or Scaling Fleshbag before? Your opponent just plays like a dumbass to play around it so often.
One thing I'll say about this,
so dumb.
This specific card is some heroes can't use the 4 cards they have, right? So you're pretty much getting to choose the one best card from their deck. If you know their stack, okay. So for instance, like with Scaling Fleshbag, it's random pick, intimidate, right? With Face Purgatory, you get the defensive value and they discard, you draw a card. With this one, you get a look at their hand, right? And you could discard whatever you want from it, which, if sometimes that just stops their turn in the tracks because they need these pivotal chain cards, right? Like
sometimes,
blue pitch
but
or
they also draw a card before you do the discard. So
right.
sometimes, like they draw a card, they say, "Oh, this is going to destroy me." They draw a card and they say, "Oh, never mind, it doesn't actually matter."
All right. So you want to play around with it? Let us know with Goliath, huh?
I'm leaning more towards 4, partially because of this card, but it is worth testing.
I'm speechless here. This is a blue 0-cost 2-block reviled action aura. If you have more life than each other hero, you may play this as though it were an instant. When this enters the arena, name a card. Name card can't be played from hand while this is in the arena. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. So probably the biggest parallel to this is Null Time Zone. It has a very, very similar effect, although your opponents are still able to at least pitch the cards that you chose.
To note, I alluded to, Two-Faced and this because Two-Faced lets you look at their hands, and then, even if, the hand is not ideal, you say, oh, crap, they still have some powerful cards in your hand. You just play this and say, hey, that powerful card, you can't play it anymore. So you can kind of just shut down your opponent's entire turn with this.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a lot harder to use than by the book because being at a higher life total than your opponent is just more difficult.
Hard.
Yeah.
There is one deck, though, that this screams good against, that RKO in particular has a little bit of a difficulty with, and that is Acilia, because you just named Gone in a flash on the combo turn, and that's pretty good, turns out.
Andrew, how would he know that's a combo turn?
Because they broke Lightning Greaves.
You can play this as an instant.
Yeah. So
because at that point you're probably at a higher life total than the Acilia.
Yeah. So you break Lightning Greaves as an instant. They're playing this because you're at more life, and then you call what card for our astute listeners?
Gone in a flash.
There you go. And then you see, look at the Acilia, and they're left speechless. Heyo, let's go.
Yeah, as like other use cases, like against Dio, you can name what they target with Backup Protocol Red if you're trying to fatigue them, which is pretty all right for a card that otherwise blocks too.
Yeah, I think the RKO versus Acilia, I think that's the big one. Yeah. I think outside of that, I think it's kind of meh outside of the Two-Face interaction, and even then, I don't think that's good enough to run. I think I'll give it a 3 on the RKO versus Acilia.
Yeah, this is like a sideboard card, all right.
Yeah. The good thing is you could have the one card outside interference, discard it for grabbing this. So
nope, it's not an attack.
Never
outside interference only grabs attacks.
You can see who the dumbass is on this episode. All right.
Oh, bro, you know how awesome it would be to play Cheap Shot inside otherwise?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right, I got Helm of Safe Haven. When this defends, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an attack action card, add it to this chain link as a defending card and discard a card. Generic Equipment Head. This is a 2-block. I don't like this, and you guys tell me why this is a good card, because I gave it a 2 or a 1.
Yeah,
what am I missing here?
The main place where I'd want to play this would be like in a Brute, so you just discard a Beast Within to it, but then you're getting a flashback. And why would you do that when you can
And then
play
maybe
flashback?
gravy. You know,
Yeah,
you can
in
discard an
gravy,
ally.
you discard an ally, and you know what the top card of your deck is pretty consistently because of
But,
Compass
like,
of Sunken Depths.
Then you're giving up like other headpieces.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
will
Is it?
say, like, if you're a poor boy playing gravy, this is probably a pretty good replacement
Fair.
for like Crown of Providence or Balance of Justice.
I agree. So budget card gets a 2.
All
Yeah.
right, now I know you want to talk about this trash card that will see no play, but this is a reprint. So what we want to do is get off of it, hit next because there are other cards we still have to talk about.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, well, let's do the quick score real quick. Command and Conquer, Lion Strike, Shelter of the Storm. All
think
fives,
they're all
guys.
All
right,
ones.
moving on.
They'll see no play.
All
Why
right.
is Reinhardt here?
I don't know. Will gets to evaluate it. All right, what do you think of Rockyard Rodeo?
Rockyard Rodeo is a blue 3 cost star power 2 block. The card's power is equal to the highest base power of weapons you control. We did it, guys. Leviah got a blue 6 if you're playing the Hexagore. Tough Nut got a blue 7. Oh my god, this fixes everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
it does a lot. It does a lot.
Playing Tough Nut or Hexagore?
So this gets a 4 with an asterisk. You have to be playing a terrible deck.
No, it's a great deck.
Will, I
helps.
dare you. I double dog dare you. Freaking triple dog dare you.
Oh,
You
triple dog.
bring freaking Tough Nut to the next event and tell me how it goes.
All right.
Bring it to Memphis, bro.
All right.
You can start
Bring it to
prepping now.
Memphis.
Dick on the table. You want to do this? I'll do it. I'll build it to that.
I won't bet anything, but I'll sit off to the side and maybe I will give you one alcoholic beverage in Memphis if you do.
You know what? I'll buy you an alcoholic beverage if you bring Tough Nut to
All right.
Memphis. I'll do it.
Of my choosing.
I am switching. I will now start constructing Tough Nut. I was going to do Reviled KO. Right. I had the deck built. I'm doing Tough Nut. All right.
Will, are you familiar with the liqueur called Malort?
I'm not.
I'll buy you some.
How
Malort.
about Fernet Branca?
No.
Okay. All right. I got some great ideas for Memphis. Anyway, Hypercurrency is our next card. This is a blue 0-cost free block generic action. Remove all energy counters from target non-hero permanent and opponent controls. Create that many gold tokens. So the big thing that has energy counters in this game is Fiendal's Spring Tunic. So you may note is that if your opponent has free counters on Tunic, they'll just activate Tunic. So you have to do this when they have 1 or 2 counters on Tunic, and it doesn't have Go Again. If this had Go Again, I actually think this card would be pretty decent in gravy.
I agree, yeah. But as it is, I think it's a trap. I guess
Yeah.
keep it in mind if energy counters ever show up on other cards.
This is like a 2 to me.
Yeah,
It's still blue block free.
Yeah.
And it's a non-attack for your, buy mid of herbs and playing around Bolton. See, this is a Bolton hate card. All tech cards are warrior hate cards if you squint hard enough.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't know. I'd rather play the bauble,
And
titanium
our final
bauble.
card, Will King.
All right. So I got the final card, which is appropriate. I did not do this. As you look at a query, this is all from the Majestics. This is Reinhardt. Whenever you discard a card, no, I'm just joking. It's a 5. Moving
I think
on.
this gets a 1. This card kind of sucks.
Let's see if
Yeah,
I
why
can
would you
change
play
this
this when
query.
you can play KO? I don't know why, like,
Oh, it didn't work.
So I don't know how to check by set code, but you can just go to spoilers for Compendium of Raid.
All right.
All the antiquity cards are next to each other, so it's pretty easy to look
All
at.
right. Well, before we go there, I just got a few more questions I want to ask you guys about this. Biggest winner, biggest loser.
It's the biggest winner.
100%.
Fi is 100% the biggest winner.
But I would say
I guess-
Cilio and Tough Nut, definitely the second biggest winners.
I think
I would
Fang is the
not
second
give
biggest
Tough Nut
winner.
Did you say
because
the
he's
second biggest winner is?
Fang.
Fang's
Oh.
probably the second biggest winner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a special shout out to my boy, the Teclo Daddy himself,
Okay.
going from bottom tier to D tier.
And
Very
how about
cool.
No,
biggest
we'll go
loser?
further down.
Oh, thanks.
Biggest loser, Gravy.
Yeah, Pilfer the Grave. Turns out it's a lot better than we thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
If you
So
read
here we
all the
are.
Antiquity pack
Antiquity
cards.
packs. We don't need to cover all of them because we're just going to cover our
They're
initial
reprints.
feelings. They're all reprints. What do you guys have about here? Let's talk about it. Like, I like the 4
I
line
guess
strike. Holy shit.
First, let's talk about what's in the antiquity packs, right?
Yeah.
So antiquity packs. Every antiquity pack will have a rare in it, a majestic that is non-foil, either non-foil, cold foil, or or cold foil, and then I think a puzzle piece which can be replaced by a legendary or fabled card.
And Will, I just sent you my personal favorite card from the Antiquity packs. Can you share the rest of the class?
Okay. I'm looking. Is it on
Is it-
Discord?
Yeah, I just
Is
sent
it
you on
Rusted
Discord.
Relic?
Nah, it's even better,
How is it better than Rusted Relic?
bro. You're gonna see it.
What is it?
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Can I show it? Boop.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one that determines. Maybe.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. Oh no!
All right.
Oh, I knew
Let me see if I.
it.
Oh,
knew it. I
I
knew it.
That's depraved. I love it.
It's
Okay.
beautiful.
All right. So, I like it. So the puzzle
So
piece is
if
actually
your
replaced.
puzzle
Go ahead.
Yeah, the puzzle pieces are replaced by legendary. So sometimes, you open a legendary, you say, "Oh, but I wanted that puzzle piece," and you cry.
I know it's gotta suck to open a Riches of Shrimpple Donnie or
Oh,
Balance
man.
of Justice instead.
So, let's talk about it. Like, so I know the first ones, the first sets, like the Enlightened Strike is a new one for me. I didn't notice they did a 4 on that.
yeah,
I
that's
saw.
the, like equivalent of Fabled for the set, I believe.
Oh,
Basically.
cool. But like the Heart Findle, Eye of Fidia, Riches, Balanced, Crown, Findle, Stonewall, Quick Dodge, Command and Conquer, Shelter of the Storms, all bangers. I'd be happy to open these.
I think I will say this with a couple minor exceptions that I don't care about. They basically printed in this set every single good generic card in the game. Full stop. Like, there are a couple small exceptions. Like, I think, I don't know, Erase Face isn't here. Like, Dual Threat isn't here. But those are like, I don't know, like $5 cards. So I'm not like upset that they're not here. But like,
Cut Through the Facade is like the only one where I'm like, what are you doing here?
I mean,
You don't
it's
belong here.
It's not great, but it's
yeah,
it's
but
okay.
you don't belong here. Like,
I like the weakest link as
Yeah.
a Majestic. Weakest link at one point was like $80, and that's insane. Hold the Line is an insane card that has been expensive. Censor's been expensive. Ripple Away is a great card.
Gorgonium Tome.
Ripple Away is like over $20 too, man.
Yeah, Ripple Away is expensive.
My
That
Touch
all
is
you
here?
got is great.
Yeah, Midas Touch is over
expensive.
$30, I think. Premeditated
Censor?
has been like over 30.
Pre-med is-
Censor is like, I think, in the teens.
Yeah.
Rusted Relic. How much is Rusted Relic? My favorite card.
Oh, it's less than 50 cents. Hold on, actually, I have something to show you in terms of Rusted Relics. You guys
Why
can
did they
keep
put
talking.
Rusted Relic in this set? Anyway, and then like Remembrance, Seduce Secrets, like Truce, like This Round's on Me. Like, these are all extremely powerful, extremely playable cards.
Yeah.
And with a couple minor exceptions that aren't expensive, like they hit every single big generic cards. And then once you get to the rares, like the rares are like Looking for a Scrap, Sink Below, Fate for Sane, Pummel. Like, these are legitimately all
Scar for Scar. Oh, and
Scar
these are
for
all
Scar.
usable in like Sage too, right?
Like, I am kind of shocked. I joke about it. Rusted Relic sucks, but I think outside of Rusted Relic, every single card here is playable, and I would be happy to open. God damn it, Andrew! Why do you
adding
own
to
so
the
many
pile
Rusted Relics?
For like 5 years, whenever I would like go to a like vendor at an event, I just buy them out of Rusted Relics in addition to whatever I was buying.
He's in the long game.
Bro, like my personal favorite is this one because it's a first edition foil.
Nice,
it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
But yeah,
so now
no,
you
I
get to get
love
more
this
Rusted Relics,
it's
and
like
you can
one of
get
the worst
cold
cards in
foils
Flesh and
too.
Blood.
It
Hey,
is terrible.
Trevor liked the lubricates, right? You like the Verdant's Feet, so I mean, everyone has their own itch.
Yeah, other cool
I mean-
ones. So somebody got 9th place at Nationals one year playing this
Nice.
card. So I got him to sign them. That was pretty cool.
Very cool.
Sure sucks though.
So here's the thing: these Antiquity packs, I think, are bangers, man. Like,
yeah.
and you get the
They're
like. Let's
awesome.
talk about the Marvel Young Heroes. I like the inclusion of this, although I'm kind of upset that I bought Cold Foil Ultim and that shit went down in price. So
Yeah, no, like they all look really,
Yeah.
really nice. I like how the art looks on them. They did a good job expanding it.
they could have just kept this one away, but he's fine now. But look at Reinar, my boy. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Like,
I own a
it's just
cold
like-
foil Reinar.
Yeah, I think I own multiple Cold Foil Reinars
You probably do.
because
All
they
right.
have them out in the Classic Battles deck too.
Oh,
Oh.
is
I
it
was
in
talking
Classic
about
Battles?
the OG one. Yeah,
Yeah,
get a cold
like-
foil Ultimate
yeah.
Reinar.
I have
Yeah,
a
it was
Cold Foil
also-
Reinar.
Well, there you go.
Very
I'll use
cool.
him until I get this guy. But yeah, overall, I'm
Anyway,
pretty happy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
what do you
a
think
lot
about
of
the
great
overall set?
cards.
Like, now we covered
mean-
Commons, Rares, Majestics, Antiquity packs, all that crap. What do we think?
The set
It's a solid
has
set.
stuff for everybody, right? Like we talked about, like a lot of these commons and rares are so super playable in Sage. Some of them C play in CC. Like the Majestics for the most part were bangers for CC.
Yeah.
And then like all the reprints are absolutely insane. Like for the longest time, Flesh and Blood had an issue where they just were not reprinting cards fast enough. And holy crap, they literally just reprinted every single key generic in the game.
And I do love that they're able to really get the set out there. I hope they keep it printing in, keep it going, because the new players are going to go to the set, and I think it does do the foundation of just getting new players in the game at a reasonable start, where they're not dragging ass to get all the other expensive cards that other people have to get or had for such a long time. There's a way.
I mean, it's literally like the avenue of you play Sage, you open this set because there's a lot of good Sage cards in, and then randomly you will get a hold of a bunch of random powerful CC staples.
Yep.
Just by opening enough of this set, and then through that you have an avenue to CC, right?
Yeah.
Pick up an armory deck. You say, hey, wait a second, Command and Conquer is great in this deck. Let me put it in. And there you go.
And then last thing I want to cover is, remember when Super Slam came out and the Earth cards, Plow Under and Felling of the Crown?
Felling of the Tree, my favorite.
Yeah, they ended up becoming like less than $2 because...
Right. Do you see that happening with the Command and Conquer's E-Strike, Shelter of the Storm?
No.
Okay. Because
those were printed at Majestic rarity. These are printed at Legendary rarity.
Yeah, they overprinted Felling and Plow. Like, I am at the point where I open them in my packs and like be like, oh.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, they overprinted them to death, and I was like, okay, so they're going the Pokemon route, where Pokemon, the TCG, would give out so many powerful cards like Professor Oaks and all that stuff over and over and over time. And then you have so much good cards to fit in your deck that now you're left with the decision of, I only have 60 cards to fit all these good cards in. What do I do? All right. But anyways, so you're not saying that's going to be an issue with these reprints. They're going to still retain their value, at least at 50 plus.
I'd rather them not, in terms of, I would love the game to just be extremely cheap. But I do understand people want to keep value for their collectible pieces.
Yeah.
So.
Like, you need to like actually be able to sell the cards, and if the cards won't have future value, nobody will buy them, and you do not want to open packs that have nothing in them.
LSS has been very careful about keeping value of cards, which is why seeing so many reprints is kind of shocking. But
like, have you ever met somebody that said, yeah, bro, I love opening packs of Yu-Gi-Oh? Because that's what Yu-Gi-Oh became, where it was just like, why would you ever buy sealed product?
Pretty much.
Fair. All right, gents. Any last comments before we wrap this shindig up?
Play Teklo. Don't play Tough Knot.
Play 5 for the short while. He's going to be the next year of the LLs.
Yeah, it's great.
Probably.
Yeah, you thought KO was going to be God this year?
Shit. Wow. Yeah, well, now I'm going to make Tough Knot gun. Stick around for that show. All right, so stick around leave your comments down below. I think Andrew threw it out there. Name your favorite finger. Which one you like.
Razors, and was it Bone Barrier?
Yeah, and then I think next week we're talking about, it's a Valentine's Day special. It's coming out Sunday. Let's talk about our love for the game. What do you think? Like, the certain elements, this will be a short cast, like 2 or 3 things we love, right? Like any good relationships are up and down with it. Let's make this up.
I'm busy next week now.
Yeah, I'm busy too.
Oh, shut up, guys. Just come on. We'll think about it. But anyway,
so I don't want the game.
Until next time, remember, every turn is a decision. Every decision is a story. And don't forget your damn family.